Isle,
Right.
and things is happening. And I laugh when I heard you just now when you were talking about it. The games themselves become an essential tool for our kids in terms of development. And in my personal view, these games should be held every 2 years. And that gives the B3As an opportunity to go to the islands and use next year, okay, to develop. Have a Central Bahamas Games where you have Andros, Eleuthera, all in competing. You have a Northern Bahamas Games, Bimini. You have also Grand Bahama and Abaco. You have a Southern Bahamas Games where you will end up having to put, Long Island, Cat Island, and Ical and everybody in there, and they also have it. And then the next year, you come back to the Bahamas Games, because what happens then is that, man, listen, I got to make the games. All right? I've now had my trials. I know where I'm at. I got to now work and then come back and then compete. So you keep that momentum going, and that's what you have.
You keep the focus on the sport, and not just for the athletes, but also for the parents in those islands to advocate, for the schools, for the administrators, because they need equipment, they need coaches, they need funding. And so as you keep this momentum going, the passion, nobody wants to tell a child with an aspiration no. And so I agree with you. We need to keep the focus there. Bahamas Games has been gone much too long.
Yeah, and it's going to be important.
22 years.
Happen. Go from there. Why do you like to go down and call these years? You just stop it.
It's so funny.
Stop it, Rupert. Stop it. we have in the field a shot put going on right now, and also we have the disc. We have also the women's shot. This is the open women's shot. And there is the athletes from Andros. We're trying to get a number for him. I believe that's Young, Rachel Young. And see what kind of throw she has here. Yeah, there you go. And that's going to be a good throw for her. And they will mark that. And so Ms. Young gets a throw off. And then next we'll have Davina Colley will come there. And so we have the events going on. And remember now, there's only 3 throws.
Yeah.
And that's it. Okay. And so for the young lady just now that threw that from Andros, was only a hop and a skip. She can just, get in there and make sure something happened. And so the girls know that there's only 3 throws. And so they'll have to come up. And this is, let's see if we can get a number here and give you an idea. I do humbly apologize, ladies and gentlemen, that we can't tell you what the distance is, okay, because the apparatus in order to do that is not available. And so we're not able to do that. And this is 1998. It looks like Jayana Brown, and she is from Bimini and the Berry Islands. And so we don't have the availability to have the items there. 1,500 meters also underway, and that just started, and we'll go to that. But there is the open shot put for women. They have a total of some 14 athletes in this one. And this is from New Providence. This is Kaylin Johnson, who steps into the circle. And she will just glide across and let it fly. That is a legal throw. Yes, she gets a white flag. And so they'll get...
She's also a Griffith medalist.
Okay. And this is vacation for her.
Yeah.
Okay, this is only vacation, okay? And so she's only just out to put on the uniform. And there's your 1,500 meters as the track events continue here as well. This is the under-17 girls 1,500 meters, and they are going to run. This is Rupert Gardner's race. Rupert is only going to run the first 300 meters in this.
And that's it.
And that's it. Nothing else is going to happen there. And to really have some fun. So that's the kind of stuff that you have. We're kind of like when Rupert Gardner, Tony Williams here calling it for you live here in day 1 of the track and field segment. And so the organizers of the meet, which is the various federations, made some adjustments to the event. And so the ladies here get the advantage to run. And in this one, you have Erin Barr from Grand Bahama, who is in this race. Also from the New Providence is going to be Bathsheba Kemp, Shami Bain from Andros. Eleuthera is going to be Giovanni Fernique. Bernice Kemp from New Providence, also Columbus House, and Tana Webb, also Kenesha McKenzie from Eleuthera. Destiny Bell is all the way from Bimini and the Berry Islands, and also Zion Musgrove as well. And I can tell you that the young lady, Erin Barr from Grand Bahama, has had a very good season in terms of track and field so far. Her dad has been behind her and pushing her, and she's been doing very well, able to qualify. She was just here for the Nationals and just qualified as well. And so for her, this is just a walk in the park. It's a little loose. It's like a workout. And so she's just going to come and have a jog and move around. So she's one of those kids who have really matured in the sport, started running very, very early, and seeing herself develop and come. I know for Tonique, she's having a flashback because she, as a youngster many years ago, also came through the ranks, and with the right kind of coaching, she's going to go far, as Tonique did as well. Rupert, you didn't go far. We only went
at college. You know,
we only went to go get a degree.
Yeah, that's
it. We had no aspirations.
No, I had no aspirations.
In terms of going that far, but there it is, Erin Barr, who's doing a wonderful job here. She's now moving around and opening up a sizable gap here on the field here at the Bahamas game. So she is now cruising, looking, and the officials making sure there's the other athletes all coming behind and seeing if they can pick up some ground. And very difficult. We're now at that stage in our country too where we've lost a number of our distance and middle distance runners. At one point we had them a long time ago with these guys who ran exceptionally well, and now we're back to where we are to rebuilding again.
You know, a lot of kids don't want to run distance. You know, everybody will run the 100.
The glamour events.
Yeah, the glamour.
Yeah, the glamour events. And so that's one of those key areas. But we're now beginning to see much in terms of a glamour for the 15 and the 800 meters. Anybody who runs the 3,000 meters, for me, don't need a car, and so they don't have to worry about getting to work on time. You put on the shoes and just keep going, and you just go from there. There's Erin Barr, 3:56, and she now makes her way around, and just a light jog for her as well. And also in the same vein going on is the high jump. You saw the high jumper just a minute ago. The girls also in the midst of the high jump as well. And so all those are in progress. And there's the other field, the young lady there from Bimini and the Berry Islands, Destiny Bell. She's back there trying to make up some ground. But there is Erin. She's still going and still going very, very strong. Looking very good down the back stretch. Looking at her time, and she's looking very well. And so she will walk away with this one, and I just say jog away. There's a New Providence athlete that went down and stopped running. And so I believe the medical team is going to need to get out there and be able to provide some assistance. Again, it was relatively warm, and we've been asking many of the athletes to remain hydrated because
important.
of the heat that we've been experiencing throughout the entire Bahamas. Like they say, the Saharan dust has been coming in, and as long as we have the Saharan dust, we don't have them other things coming in our country. We don't mind. Turn on the AC and go inside and get cool. And there's the young Erin coming in, Erin Barr, looking exceptionally smooth. Nice run for Erin. As she comes into the applaud of the fans, and she is your gold medal winner in the under 17 girls 1,500 meters. Congratulations to Erin, who came a couple of weeks ago for the trials, and here she is still in form, and then also preparing to go to the youth segment of the CAC down the road. And so she's going to be representing. She's going to have her daddy spending all kind of money because he wants to go everywhere she goes.
Such an easy run for her, though. And just coming off competing a couple of days ago, she did so well. She really passed some of the other competitors in the field. This is certainly a race where you don't want to just enter for entering's sake, because it is a difficult race, and the conditions out here are quite warm, and so it's not something that's easy to finish. And so you would have seen some of the other competitors on the ground, walking, and some of those even coming off the track.
And so they have been, and there's the triple jump. This is the triple jump that's also just started. This is the girls under 17, and they are also out there and making something happen. They started a little bit late, but the athletes also trying to get in some of the competition. And this is the open division, so they finished with the triple jump. Yep. And that one's in it. That's going to be from Bimini. I think that's from, that's 2202. I think that's Diva Musgrove.
That's
Okay, I think that's who that is. And so that's the open division.
That's the open division.
Yeah, open division that's going on. They have 7 competitors there. And you do have Ariana Gomez, Zara Stapleton from Long Island, from Andros, Tamara Myers. It's good to have her. Also, Lanisha Lubin. She is here as well. That's Samantha Rock, Diva Musgrove, and also you have April Adderley. That's also in this one. April Adderley is the runner, the jumper that's now on the runway. Jay is also standing by. He has the young lady who has been the talk of the town for a little while. Jay, take it away.
Ricardo, she's certainly the talk of the town. National champion, Carifta athlete, and now Bahama Games champion in another 17 category. Aaron, walk me through that race, how you felt about the competition, and now being able to be named the Bahama Games champions.
Throughout the run, I was just trying to hold my pace. Not trying to go all out because I know I have NACAC next week, so I'm just trying to pace myself, not do anything to hurt myself, and complete the race in first like I did to get some Grand Bahama some points.
Speaking of Grand Bahama points, you guys are currently in the lead. What does it mean for you to be able to come out there and represent Grand Bahama and be able to walk away as a champ?
Feels good, I was growing up in Grand Bahama, so being able to give my island some points felt real good.
There you have it, Erin Barr, under 17 girls, Bahamas Games champion. Back to you guys, Ricardo.
I tell you what, she has had herself a very, very good run in terms of how she's been able to compete, and now she'll also look as continuing to run this summer. Okay, and so she's going to be able to get some travel in, and so you get a chance to see the world. And track and field allows you that opportunity. You just have to put the work in. And I think that's what's important for our young athletes to understand.
And another thing that's important, and what she really was trying to say, is that, I competed last week so that I can make the team. I'm competing next week so that I can represent the Bahamas. But I really wanted to be here to Bahamas Games to represent Grand Bahama, my island. And so you hear the national pride, people wanting to represent the island, be a part of Bahamas Games. And really what this independence celebration was about, being a proud Bahamian.
And that's exactly what we've seen. We also saw as well, when I spoke to some of the young men that was over there at the baseball competition, they were telling each other, boy, you better don't strike out, because if you go back to school, they can be talking bad to you, okay? So it's all about pride, and same thing will happen here as far as the competition. So really, you got to think twice about it and and realize you have a lot on your shoulder,
Yeah.
You're talking about island pride now.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you turn around and you don't do what you're supposed to do. How in the world are you going to go home and expect to get something to eat and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do?
I don't think you could go back to the hotel.
You're going to have a lot of problems. And there's the officials who's working on the triple jump. Again, hopefully we'll be able to get some of the distances for you. We also have going on is the discus for the under 17 boys, they too going on, and also coming up in just a moment is going to be the high jump for the under 17 girls. They're going to be competing. So much is happening in regards to the track events, and on the track is the under 17 boys 1500 meters. That's also going to be starting right now, and we'll see how those athletes are able to do. Remember now that these athletes are here for pride. The VACO officials doing the same thing. 1500 meters, you have also Randall Cunningham of MyCal, Aaron Knowles of Bimini Berry Islands with you. Also, Brett Kemp of New Providence. Eleuthera has got Bernico Pierre. Abaco has got Jamon Russell running for him, Long Island. Zachary Taylor. Ross Martin running for New Providence. Shamal Sanders from Eleuthera. Gabriel Johnson from Andros. Exuma. Flag is on the chest of Tamario Colby. Ryan Lamore from Andros. Also, Deneco Parker from the Bimini Berry Islands. And Daniel Simmons is from MyCal. So moving out very, very quickly. Young Kemp out there. And so we've got a little breakaway going on here for the 1500 meters. This is the under 17 boys. And so, again, this is just one straight race for them. I just love the fact that these young men are able to get out here and run. And there's the young man from Bimini to Berry Islands. And I feel for him because Bimini ain't as big as his track. So you got to run from one corner to the next north, and you got to keep going north and south and over there in North Bimini, one straight road up and down, and then maybe the back road.
Yeah.
And so that's a challenge.
Yeah, that's a big challenge.
That's a challenge there.
We have this thing at track and field called Repeat 100. So if he can get a 100-meter stretch in Bimini, or the Berry Islands,
The Berry Islands,
if
right.
he can get that in the Berry Islands, he'll be okay.
And make sure I'm able to get it in.
If he's from the Berry Islands, they have a golf course down there, so he can get a good training in it.
Okay, there's a good jump right there. 22.03. This is long jump. This is Zara Stapleton. Okay, trying to make sure we get all the numbers, unless they swap the numbers a little bit different. And there's our New Providence runner in the 1,500 meters for the under 17 boys, and out there running, and the Eleuthera right behind, and I think that's Renico Pierre. And so now this is when the race becomes fun, okay, because now you've done the 2 laps, and let's see who has the endurance here and able to make it happen.
John's coming.
And so we're going to see what happens here right now. But these 2 guys now are going to run neck and neck. And there you go. I was down in Long Island. They got to have distance runners from Long Island, plenty of them, because they're the longest roads in the world.
Non-stop.
I swear, they're long, and then in Eleuthera, those winding roads as well. So we now give the task to the B3As to ensure that the various associations in the islands are able to now take next year to regroup, reform, and be able to move forward, and thereby you're able to bring a cadre of athletes back to the games in a short period of time, and you'll have this kind of competition where these guys really want to run and run exceptionally well. And here we go now, 3:22 as they go into that final lap.
Yeah, final lap.
Going around there, 1,500 meters. The hurtful part is these guys are all being celebrated, and so they're looking well. There you go, from Exuma, April Adderley. She gets the jump. There she go. Congratulations to her in the triple jump. And they go from there. And now we go back to the track, and we've got ourselves a race, guys.
This could be a race on.
We've got ourselves a race, and now we also have a lap. My good friend from Bimini is getting a lap. As long as he finishes, he will be able to say that he competed in the games. And here we go.
It's going to be a
New
good
Providence
one.
and Eleuthera.
Last 100 meters. This is a good one.
Let's see who has the stamina. They will get across the finish line. Good win there. And it looks to me like that's Mr. Ross. That's it, Ross Martin. Good run there for Ross Martin. And also from Eleuthera, Piera. There you go. That's the 2, 1 and 2. So you can tell that these guys know each other, and they have trained a lot. And it is one thing to run for your club and to run for your school. Mm-hmm. To run for your island, you are going to be rewarded.
Yeah.
And I can tell you how you can be rewarded. Somebody can bring you some pancakes. Fish. Somebody gonna bring you some pancake and fish. Cake. I tell you, what? You're going to be celebrated. And we saw throughout the games how the fan base has come out and supported the athletes. We saw it at all the venues, even at tennis. We've seen them as well. So this kind of support, you have where New Providence is the melting pot. As everyone's here. But now you get a chance to cheer on your islands. And so you take some time out and go and do that. That works out exceptionally well.
It works so well. Because everybody want to beat New Providence.
Boy, listen. You see that dot on your back? You wearing this Buccaneers? You wearing this Buccaneers shirt here today? But, it's been quite a few years that New Providence actually won the championships. And I believe in order to make the playing ground fair and even. The minister said, no champion this year. So we ain't gonna talk bad to each other and have a problem.
Yeah.
Hey, like my grandmother say, all of me is one. All of me is one. That's the Bahamas games. And so that in itself says much about how these games have developed over the years. And so for all of us who competed in the first edition of these games and now are still here as the sixth edition of the games, can now appreciate where we've come as a country. And oddly enough, just a minute ago, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture is having a conversation with Lance Whitaker down there in Sportsmax about how the Bahamas has been able to, per capita, be the #1 country in the world as far as what we've done in terms of competition and winning at such great potential. Let's go to Jay Philippe first, and then we come back and we continue our conversation, guys.
Yes, Ricardo, I'm joined by Ross Martin from New Providence, the under-17 boys 1,500-meter Bahama game champ. He's also a Grift athlete, so he's no stranger to this track and field. Ross, you are the champion. How does it feel to be the Bahama Games champion? I know this is your first game, obviously, and you're a young guy, but how does it feel knowing that you are now crowned the Bahamas game champion?
It feels great. This year, it has really been great for me. I just want to give thanks to the most up high and to my track team and to my mommy for always coming with you and supporting me.
Towards the end of the race, you had some push from Luther towards about the last 50 meters. What was going on through your mind at that time?
Yes, sir. I had a good push from him. But my mindset was to just keep relaxed, keep calm, and just keep pulling away.
There you go, Ross Martin, the under-17 boys Bahamas game champion. He seemed like a humble kid with a bright future. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. And he said something again, as you know, with our country, we look at God and the blessing in this island. And, this isn't playing. He lives in the Bahamas.
Right, and he speaks with his mom.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But sometimes they have to say thank you to the father, too.
There you go. There you go. But listen. You watch and see what happens at these track meets and whatever. Mommy bringing the child and drop him off.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you watch these kids, they jump on the cell phone. Mommy, are you ready? All right, your daddy coming to pick you up now. So the reality is it is a family effort.
Yeah,
and I think for the young men and women that we see developing in our country, they have a good support and a good support mechanism. And because of our financial structure that we have in the Bahamas right now, we're seeing this emergence of these young talented persons in all the various sports. We've seen it in tennis. We saw it in the cycling attribute. Right now we got the young sailors going out there tomorrow to do the laser and the opti. And so the support mechanism is very essential.
Parents usually support the kids, which is good.
Yeah.
And to go from there, I tell you what, it was a good one let me indulge in here, okay? From me, as having a parent support me, and now your parents, and then your parents in that regards. Yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna tell you how old we are up here, but we okay.
My daughter said, my granddaughter want to play softball, so I can't wait to take her to the park.
There you go, and some great games down there we saw earlier today. I went down there to take a peek at the softball attribute as well, and they were there on the Paradise Island. They're playing golf today. Also popped over there to take a peek at them. And then here's track and field. This is what a lot of folks have come to. This is the largest contingent that is with the track and field athletes. And so you have the islands that are contesting just about all of the disciplines as well and going from there. And I did say my piece in regards to these three throws in the field. The only ones who are benefiting is going to be actually the high jumpers who will actually now be able to keep moving up. And there's the high jump that's going on right now. So the high jumpers are the under-17 girls. They're the ones that benefit from this, and that's Kennedy Hanna there, who's jumping, and I don't know what the height is there, so I can't tell you. And so hopefully the BARCO officials will be able to pass that information on to us, and so we can go from there. So we have in the under-17 girls high jump, you have Alexia Bullard, who is representing Grand Bahama, Aliyah Evans of Andros, also Paris Roll is representing Exuma, Kennedy Hanna there from representing New Providence, and from Andros we have Tyler Pratt, who's also getting ready now to jump. And let's see what she could do here for the big yard. Andros is a very large contingent this year for the games. And it's really good to see that they, too, have been able to get representation. What also has happened, too, is by allowing the kids that are here in New Providence to represent their heritage. That's been another attribute that's been fun. Last night, I was at the Long Island softball game. I mean, there's I look at the lady, she looked at me, she said straight and plain, Mr. Lightborn, I ain't bring no mutton, you know. But come sit down with us and enjoy the game. I'm sitting there laughing, right? But that's, you know, like, 60 or so, which was fantastic. And I tell you, it was a very good feeling. Here's the high jump on. We're trying to get a clarity on the height of the under-17 girls high jump. Also, we do have the discus that's going to be coming up shortly. That's the men's discus, and that's set to go at about, say, 7 o'clock. But there is the young lady from Andros. This is Tyler Pratt. She will also make her attempt. No, she's going to go back over there. And I think she may have just passed, I do believe. Let's see what they come up with.
Also a Carifta athlete, the young lady from Andros. She's a Carifta athlete.
Okay, let's see what they're doing here. And so we'll wait to see exactly what's going to happen there. We do also have the 100 meters. That's going to be coming your way as well. They should be starting that quite shortly. They'll have the 100 meters for the open women, and then also they'll go back to the open 1500 meters as well as far as the track. And she missed there in terms of her attempt at the high jump, and they go from there. I was quite impressed with what we were doing with the high jump as far as the men are concerned. The women in the high jump is another story. We haven't seen that breakthrough athlete yet in the high jump. Is it coming? Is it around the corner?
It's around the corner. We have some good high jumpers. Female, you talking about? I think it's in the making. Jumpers. It's in the making.
Okay. The guys we have in high jump, they want to be basketball players.
Yeah.
Okay, but there ain't nothing happening. If you want to go to school, okay, you go and you look at track and field. Right? Yeah, if you could dunk, you could jump. All right? And this is a matter of learning the technique and then being able to go from there and see exactly how you're able to put it together. Back in the day, you had the scissors, and now you're up to the flop. And you have some athletes that are still engaged in doing the scissors. And so for them, that's fine. But the flop is a very technical jump, and you can't be afraid.
Oh.
Okay? That's like pole vaulting. You can't be afraid. You got to learn how to fly
And you was a
without wings. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I've had my fair share of dropping on the ground. Probably why I'm crazy. Drop on my head in the box and stuff, but that's about it. All right, trying to get this attempt here is Miss Pratt. Let's see what she does here. Oh, wow. She had it, but just brushed it over. And I think she has one more attempt at this height. And they know they get the 3 attempts.
Yeah, she does appear to be struggling.
Yeah, that left leg. Look as if she's limping somewhat, eh?
That's it. It looks like she's hurt.
We have to remember it is July. It's very, very late in the season. They would have competed all year for their clubs, for Carifta. She was a Carifta athlete.
And then, they had school competition.
Right.
So, it's a long season.
Yeah,
it's a long season.
Very long.
But they want to be here. They want to represent their islands for the Bahama Games. And so if she is experiencing some discomfort, it's just because she wants to be here and be able to represent her island.
Yeah. You're going to sit in on some of these meetings after we would leave here. The combining of the high school nationals and the Carifta trials as we did this year. Your take on that?
I think in the future, I don't think that will happen again.
Why?
You should separate the high school nationals and the Carifta trials. You have to set dates for them. So, because you have athletes of the school competing at the trials. So then that can't happen. You have to have the
but I understand that. Okay, I understand what you're getting at, and the fact that some of the athletes that's abroad in colleges and in schools are not going to get to the trials in any event.
Right.
Okay, but Rupert, you live in New Providence. Okay, you ride from Fox Hill to Lyford Key.
Yeah.
You got to fly from Grand Bahama, from Long Island, from Eleuthera, and other places in here, and then turn around and come right back the next week.
It was all about scheduling, you know.
Okay.
That's the problem, scheduling.
Well, that's just it, and that's the problem that we in the islands, and I'm going to bat for the family island because that's what y'all call Grand Bahama Family Island. And so I'm going to go for a bat for them because that's what it is. It's difficult for a parent to send their child to the high school championships with their schools, okay, and they got to go to their schools because they're looking for the title, and then you turn around and have to send them back again for the trials.
Yeah, but you know the government take care of the high school nationals. The government paid for those athletes to come here.
Okay, so let the government pay for them to come back again next year.
I don't think that'd be fair for the government.
The government,
Who's the government?
only pays for the high school nationals. The government doesn't pay for them to come for
Carifta
trials.
trials.
So they are only paying one.
Okay. Either way, I still pulling for us not have to travel up and down. Okay, so we're trying to work on that.
Yeah, I mean, work on
and
that.
whatever, and the excitement that we had. I just love the intensity. It was fantastic. Yes, you had some diamonds in the rough, and to go from there. And then when you do the post-mortem for the track season, then you can go back and look at how do you now go and change some things. We're going to go to 100 meters. This is the under-17 girls, and they are going to run 3 heats, guys. And they will start off in lane 2 with Unique Lewis of Exuma. Also, Savannah Frazier of Long Island will be in lane 3. Lane 4 from the Berry Islands will be Samaya Bethel. From Andros, the Naja Turnquest is right there. Also, Kadisha Wright of Eleuthera. And then from Abaco will be Shari Hart. Those are the runners right there, and in doing so. So, Rupert, when you get in that meeting and you tell Mr. Archer, your president, Ricardo Lightbourne said, okay, and I'll jump on west of there, Bahamas, and be here in a heartbeat to back you up. There's 100 meters competitors. These are the under-17 girls, and going from there and making some things happen. And if I didn't tell you, Tonique is also now a coach and has a program, and so she is giving back like many have done so, and that's one of the peeve I have about many of the athletes who have walked away from the sport
and
have given nothing back. Not even $1, not even a time, and anything else. They just walked away when so many people have supported them and been there for them for many, many years and making them the athletes they are, and they've seen the world, and then they just walk away and don't care.
Oh, and don't worry, never even come back to the track.
See, and then the hurtful part is, right, they go underneath the bridge by Porter's-Key and brag what they used to do.
Yeah. Then they call you on the phone and say, hey, Coach God, you remember I used to do this? They got their friends in the background.
So I'm now a retired coach, but one thing I want to mention is that I would have seen Donisha Anderson, who was also a 400-meter runner, represent the Bahamas at the Olympics in the 400 meters. And so that was a proud moment for me. Yeah. And just this year, Alexis Gray, also a St. John's College athlete, she was recruited by the WWF, and so that was through her athletic prowess. And so it's just joy when you're able to mentor and to feed into these children. And then as adults, you can see them flourish in whichever way they choose to. I think she would be one of the first athletes we've ever had in the WWF. And so we're making history in that way.
There you go.
But again, it came through the avenue of track and field and sport.
Since you mentioned that, Willie Seymour, was our housemate and our roommate in college in St. Augustine's in North Carolina. Willie was also a discus thrower and shot putter. And Willie went into professional wrestling along the way, and they call him the Hulk.
Yeah.
Here we go to 100 meters, folks. And again, here we go. Lewis, Frazier, Bethel, Turnquest, Wright, and Hart. Those are the runners in the first heat. These are all time finals in the 100 meters. And the athlete right there from Long Island, I think that's going to be from the Berry Islands. Right. That's going to be Bethel.
See, now, what happened is that she didn't know anything about the blocks.
No.
Before they even started, you see, she jumped the gun.
Yes.
Now, are they going to allow her to compete? Because one jump you out to competition.
Right.
Well,
I think they should allow her.
They're going to now talk to her, and there's a conversation. Okay, and so they're going to leave her and go from there and tell her, listen, you have to wait and stay in the blocks until it's time for you to run. And there she is, Miss Bethel, a bit nervous. And, everybody be nervous at this juncture. This is an important event. You come all the way from Bimini to Berry Islands to represent your island district. Okay, and there they go. They're in the blocks. The command, and if they want to stand up, okay.
Yeah, because they're not getting set. They have to be still.
Her
Well,
position is just not comfortable in the block.
Yeah.
So when they tell her get set, she has no other choice but to get up when she
Right.
should just be moving slightly up and forward. And so that's the difficulty she's having right now, and it's impacting all the other athletes.
Right. I
Yeah,
see
so-
now the
Right.
official, the starter is going. They explain to her what's going on, what she have to do.
Right.
But
This-
again, this is some of the issues we have
Right.
when you don't have equipment in the island.
Absolutely.
Right. That's another thing.
Absolutely.
And
Has she ever used blocks before?
That's it.
Probably
That's
the first
something-
time she see blocks in the
There you
life.
go. There you know. So it's something new.
And maybe we
for her.
should allow her not to use the
That's
blocks.
what I said,
should be an
Right. And then
option.
let just take it away and just let her just run
Yes.
without having any kind of impediment. There she goes. And even though she just jumped up and run,
Yeah. Matter of fact, she was front.
there you go. There's Miss Turnquest.
Oh, wow.
Up there, running well, Fraser and Turnquest, and boy, she just simply ran away with this one. Miss Turnquest from Andros. 12.7 seconds was her time. Not bad. So again, this is a teaching exercise as well, I think, which is also very, very important for the athletes, and we've seen that in just about all of the events. We saw it in swimming, where the kids were given instructions in regards to how they're able to move and go from there, and so that helps a lot. Okay, and so we are now getting some information for you. We can tell you that Ashton Moxie won the under-17 javelin, and also second. No, these are just the athletes. No, and there's no distance to those. No. Let me put these aside and hold them over there. We're still waiting for the results to come in. They have told me that you can get the results online, and you don't want to give me free Wi-Fi. I must use my
Use some of that time. Yeah, use your data. You have a plan, or you
Listen, man. Who paid this bill? Let's go, guys, to the second heat. And Mara Brennan from Bimini and Barry Islands of being lane 1. Also, Gibbon Miller from Eleuthera in lane 2. Jasmine McKinney from Grand Bahama in 3. Jasmine Bain from Columbus Island running 4. Also, Keishoa Bo of Abaco. And then you've got Laquita Hannah from Exuma. So those are your runners there in heat number 2. These are time finals, okay? And so anything can happen here. And for these athletes, the opportunity to compete, which is a wonderful opportunity for them. And so some things will go from there. Now let's see how this crew and the young lady there from the inside, who is from the Berry Islands, has a lot of tape. She's got that tape all on her knees. And she and I must have the same problem. I need plenty of tape on mine. Runners are in the blocks. Okay, getting out of the blocks and running very quickly. Boy, I think it's the tape, because here she goes, Miss Brennan. Brock State Miss Brennan wins heat number 2. From the Bimini and the Berry Islands.
Certainly a lot different from her
12.74.
teammate from the previous race.
Absolutely. So I could tell that.
12.
Yeah, 12.74
12.
was her time. The first time for the young lady from Andros was 12.70. And so we'll see how that all pans out there.
That's
And
pretty
so that's pretty good for them. And the under-17 girls, as the third heat, will be coming your way shortly. And there's a replay. And you can see how she gets out there. And you could tell the training that she has had, very smooth running through the 100 meters.
Solid technique.
There you
and
go.
really
Very good
turnover.
technique.
Yeah, she had a good technique.
Absolutely. Fantastic. We saw also at the high school, at the B3A's Nationals, I took in some of that and watching some of the athletes, and I saw Anthony Strawn I'm amazed how the coaching folks have really restructured her running ability, and she's done wonders in terms of how she's been able to run and to go from there.
Yeah, Anthony has been one who has certainly struggled with her technique since she was a junior athlete. She has really, really long legs, and as a sprinter, sometimes it's very difficult for you to get those legs to come from under you very quickly when you have to go so fast. And so the time that she's spent to really work on her technique has really paid off dividends.
Absolutely.
And you can see that she's running so much better, so much faster, and now we're really seeing her develop into the athlete that she's always meant to be.
And she's doing a very, very good job. I was impressed in the way that she ran over there in 100 meters, running into a headwind, which was absolutely fantastic. Well, Heat 3 of the time finals for you, in lane 2 will be Kevin E. Campbell of Columbus Owls, Rochelle Moxie of Andros, Janaea Nabi of New Providence, and she's also been running exceptionally well. Also, Shamanda Merritt of New Providence, and also Zaya Frazier from Long Island. Michael has got Janaea McKinney. So the speed is in the middle of the track. Ms. Nabi, who has had a good year as well.
Yeah, she's
so far.
the champion.
And so she has been running a lot. And so for her, when she finishes running this race, she's going to have an interview with Jake. She's going to go to Disney World. She's had such a very, very long season.
Yeah, this would be her first race that I'm seeing her after the Carifta Games, but she was such a show-out athlete for these Carifta Games.
Absolutely.
We really celebrated her, and I hope that she has a good Bahamas Games.
There she goes, and out the blocks, and she's just cruising. You could tell she's just out there for a good run, and she got to remember now, this is time final, so she needs to get across the tape.
Yeah, she cruised just now.
Yeah, she's running pretty well. Let's see what her time is there. It'll come up. 12.10. Okay.
So she should be the champion.
That's the goal.
Way ahead of the pack. Just so easy.
Yep, that's
just
the
what
goal.
we saw at Carifta,
yeah,
and nothing much has changed since.
Yeah, just a little jog in the park for her. No big deal. Just, we end up doing that and going from there and see what happens. And they'll go over and get something to drink and to go from there. And so for her, it's been a wonderful time, 12.10 thus far. And so we'll see how it works. We now go to the boys, and they'll be coming quickly. And the boys, the heats there. The first heat will be Dejan Moxie of Exuma, Terrence Winder from the Bimini Berry Islands, Dizon Curry of Exuma, Kaya Collins of Eleuthera, Columbus Isle. Let's get Oriane Tyson and Isaiah Brown will be from MyCal in that manner. But what I do like, though, is the fact that for our athletes who have been able to represent us in terms of the Carifta and also from the various other events, much has happened. And then, too, you got the World Championship coming your way.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's going to be in Doha.
Budapest.
Budapest, sorry. Yeah. Budapest, Hungary. I want to make sure that is done. And then for a number of our athletes that are still overseas, they also were down south in the CAC competition. This has been a busy year.
Yeah, this is it's supposed to be an off year, but it's a busy year because now they have the under-23. It's in Costa Rica. A team just left this morning to Dominican Republic, the under 15 team, youth team. Then you have the Pan Am Junior. Then you have the Commonwealth Youth. So much games coming on this year.
It'll be all over the place. But for Tony, how do you feel at this point that you don't have to pack? Because we saw when you were running, every week you were going somewhere. But let's quickly go to Jay Philippe, who has Ms. Nabi, and then we'll come back to you on that point, okay? Jay?
Jemiah, 12.10 seconds. You are the Bahama Games champion, Carifta champion, and now you're doing it for New Providence. How do you feel about the race?
It wasn't a hard race. I didn't want to go too high because I have competition next week for knockout games, so I didn't want to hurt myself or risk any injuries.
How do you mentally prepare yourself knowing that you have a major competition coming up, an international competition, but also wanting to represent your home island of New Providence while preparing for international meets?
Really just rely on God, pray for an injury-free race, and it was still all fun. and free uniform.
There you have it from Nabi, the under-17 girls 100-meter champion. She's an elite athlete with a bright future in track and field. Back to you guys.
I tell you, she said it best, man. Let's go to 100 meters for the boys, and then we'll come back in a minute. This is Moxie, Winder, Curry, Collins, Tyson, and Brown. The under-17 boys are Heat 1 of their time finals, and they'll come up and they'll go from there. Like she said, free uniform.
She put the uniform, free uniform.
Yeah. You blame her?
Yeah.
Free uniform. You know, you get your uniform and go from there. And so she didn't say it. She wanted to say it for you, Rupert. You get a free shirt.
I got a free shirt.
Oh, boy, let me tell you. Fantastic. Our young people.
She's just a young,
yes,
nice young lady.
They make us feel real good about the way life is for them. And she knows very well that before her, the same thing occurs for many other athletes, and she, too, can enjoy the moment. Under 17 boys, 100 meters, Moxie, Winder, Curry, Collins, Tyson, and Brown in that order. First of 3 heats, and these are all time finals. So we'll see who's able to win this one. At the blocks they come, and from Eleuthera, Collins gets out, but he's going to be chased from Columbus Isles by Tyson. Collins and Tyson's, Collins and Tyson's, Collins and Tyson's. Wow, what a race that one was for these 2 young men, and yep, they'll give it to Tyson at 11.56.
11.56.
And so he was able to win that one.
He's so
Good run by these two.
He's so proud.
There you go. There's the start. It comes out. There he goes. And boy, you know, you got, and for them too now, must remember now, this is an important heat because they were able to push each other. And so they were able to push each other to the line, which is absolutely fantastic for them. And that also brings out the best in the athletes. And remember now, it's luck of the draw. Who's in the heats with you in order to pull you through, in order to get you there and make it happen. And so, you know, for the young lady who stated that she just wants to get her a uniform, she got plenty of traveling to do.
Yes.
Right? As Tanika did doing when she was in the junior level, and now even at the senior level, all you do is come home, take something out, put something back in, and you're gone again.
Yeah.
And so that's the way it works in this business.
She's just getting started.
Yeah.
One thing I love about her is that she's not bothered in the blocks. She's not bothered in the race. She's not bothered in the interview. An athlete like that can run forever because this is just fun for her.
Yeah.
You know, and so I've never witnessed a 100-meter runner because 100 is about power. It's about energy. It's about, you know, being excited, you know, and I don't see any of that. No.
She's quite relaxed and whatever. That's what I remember when Carl Lewis came here to the Bahamas and he ran, and we was over there to the old Thomas Robinson Stadium. This kid was so wound up as if I was like, hold on, man. Relax, you in the Bahamas, you know. Calm down. Calm down. You know, and so it took a number of the athletes to tell him, you know, just relax, Carl. Relax, okay? You're in the Bahamas, man. Let your hair down. Well, back then he had hair. You don't have none now. But let your hair down, man. Let's see what happens and go from there. But that's how these 100 meters runners are. You see Tyson and the rest of them, they so wired. No, man. The only other one that wasn't wired was Usain. Usain was a fan, a pleaser. And so he was that kind of calm person and going from there. And so he learned. Now, coming up in this heat is going to be Jason Smith from Long Island, Randy Oldbrook from Bimini Berry Islands. Andros is going to be represented by Antonio Gomez. Dylan Pennerman, also Quentin Gordon is in this race from Grand Bahama. And then also you have Tyron Giles as well, who is going to be running in this one. I can remember the broadcast we did with Carifta when Usain Bolt came into the Bahamas and running the 2 and the 4. He was this little shy, bony kid. Didn't say much. But boy, could he run. Now he has been the talk of the world. He made track and field a household scenario. Big time star. Man, listen, that's how it goes. And so we'll be able to do that. Here we go, guys. We'll see what happens here with this one. We know that 11.56 is the time to beat. We'll see what happens here in this one. Here they are. Smith, Oldbrook, Gomez, Pennerman, Gordon, and also St. Jules out of Apico. Heat 2 of the under-17 boys, 100 meters. Heading out quickly is Gordon. Let's see what happens here. But on the outside, yes, Quentin Gordon pulling away. Quentin Gordon from Grand Bahama, yes, and he will cross the line, 11.12. So Quentin Gordon, 11.12, not bad. And he is right there. There you go. Thank God for his mother. His dad can't run 100 feet. That's Quentin Gordon from ZNS, our cameraman from Grand Bahama. That's his son, you know, and he has Q out there to practices every day. This one, Daddy takes the practice. Okay. That one I know, Daddy takes the practice. I'm seeing Quinn go out there and take his son to practice, and so that has worked out as well. Also coming up in Heat 3 from Abaco is going to be Philip Lubin, Warren Hudson, from Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, Aiden Kelly. Ishmael Roll will run for New Providence, and he'll be in lane 4. Tico Hanna from Long Island, New Providence, Everett Frazier. Also, Cairo McPhee from Andros and Columbus Isles will be O'Shane Tyson in that order. So we got a full field again running for time and go from there. Oh, we could update you guys. We can tell you that the under-17 high jump again, as Tyler Pratt from Andros, 1.55. Also Kennedy Hanna, New Providence, 1.50. And from Exuma, it was Paris Roll winning then 1.40 meters in that event. We saw the triple jump under 17 girl. Zoe Adderley, New Providence, won the gold at 10.33. And then also from Grand Bahama, Alexia Bullard is the silver medalist. Gold under 17 shot put. We saw these girls earlier. The young lady from Andros, Para George, who's also training here in New Providence, won the gold. The silver to Daniel Nixon, New Providence, and the bronze to Kaylee Scavala. There's your full field in Heat 3 of the 100 meters. 8 runners. Number 3, Lubin, Hudson, Kelly, Roll, Hanna, Frazier, McPhee, and Tyson in that order. Under 17, 100 meters. Everybody wants to be a sprinter at some point. And for these guys, this is the, because it's by the grandstand. Yeah. Okay? You want to be by the grandstand, everybody by the grandstand. And when you get back to school, they be saying, boy, you look good in that 100 meters, man, and so your head get big. You're the big kid on the campus, man.
You are Bahama Games champion.
There you go. Big kid on the
This is our Olympics.
This is it.
This is our Olympics. The Bahamas Olympics.
It's at 11.12 so far. The best time that we have here in the 100 meters for the under 17 boys. Let's see what this group is able to do. Lubin, Hudson, Kelly, Roll, Hanna, Frazier, McPhee, and Tyson. Oh, and we're going to get a jump. And that's going to be Everett Frazier.
I think that's the first one we've seen for the
first one.
He can come from the Frazier client, but all the Fraziers run.
That's it. There's a whole house full of them,
right? A whole house full of them.
Oh boy. He was off and running, and anticipation. And that's how that's going to work out. We saw in the NCAAs, which was held recently, you got to sit in the blocks and wait. And wait for the call. And the rule change was beneficial in order to stop the psychological stuff that goes on 100 meters in terms of jumping out. You have to have 2 jumps to jump out. Man, you beat it all day.
That was 3 jumps.
You beat it all day trying to figure out who's going to win this one. Here we go. We go back now to the restart with Lubin, Hudson, Kelly, Roll, Hanna, Frazier, McPhee, and Tyson in that order. At the time to beat, 11.12. That was just turned a minute ago by Quentin Gordon. That's a clean start. And getting out very quickly, Ishmael Roll, and he's going to be challenged by Aiden. And Roll runs across the line. Ishmael Roll. It's time. They'll bring it up. Tell you what it is in just a moment. 10.69. So that's your champion.
He's a champion.
There you go.
And not a bad time. You can see he's really excited about it.
There you go. Congratulations to go around like crazy. Oh, boy, fantastic. There is the start.
As a matter of fact, he's traveling with the under-20 team to Costa Rica.
There you go, and he looks very good.
He's a Crystal champion also.
Yeah, he looks very good. I can tell his poise and nice little run. Just want to make sure you get across the finish line.
Stroll in the park.
Yeah, stroll in the park. Okay, stroll in the park. And so just like how we saw with Nabi, you know, we just want to make sure they cross the finish line and get your free uniform. And then you can put it up and call and call it a day. Oh, man, I just love it, man. You get your free uniform. That one will go down in history. I'm running for the team just to make sure I get a free uniform. Let me tell you, we saw in the women's triple jump representing Andros Tamaya Myers, also 12.54 meters. Also, April Adderley of Exuma gets the silver, 11.10 meters, and also Ariana Gomez, Columbus Isles, 10.28. As far as the boys' discus, that was not right over there from us. Linwood Brown, New Providence, 30.6 meters, and then also Salen Riley of Andros, 30.2, and for New Providence, Jalen Stewart, and going from there. And so we've got Jay Philippe standing by, and he's got a very excited young man. Let's find out what he's got to say about winning the 100 meters. Okay, Jay?
Speak about exciting. Ishmael rolled 10.59 seconds. Now, that was a false start. How was you able to still mentally prepare and be able to execute your race?
Well, the false start didn't bother me because I really didn't know it wasn't me, so therefore I would not care. I wouldn't. I do wish my competitors good luck, but I didn't want to lose my composure and end up losing.
Yes, you are the Bahamas game champion. Now I know you have a few international events coming up. What are those events and how you expect to do?
The other events are knockout, under 18, and Panam. I expect to do better than we do here.
There you have it, Ishmael Road, your Bahama Games champion. Back to you guys, Ricardo.
Okay, he's going to collect all kinds of uniforms.
Yeah.
But I really liked what he said. He said that he wasn't worried about the athlete jumping. He knew it wasn't him. And I think as you're traveling to these international meets and you're preparing yourself and you're getting sharp, you want to make sure that these type of scenarios you're preparing for. And so I think this is great exposure for him, a great experience. He sounds like he's ready and prepared to win all the gold.
He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. This is the women. This is the open women 100 meters. And you have Janaea Andrews from Berry Islands, Quanta Curry of Exuma, Shanna Hasty of Luthra, Denisha Cartwright, also Terrell Miller, Bernice Charlton, Tiana Boodle, and also Kernice Hanna. And they're running and right in the middle of the track. Running all the way through for Andrews. Hey, young Tarnell Miller from Andrews will win that one. Again, two heats and little celebration there, little smiles from our athletes. And free uniform. Columbus Isle.
Yeah, free uniform.
There you go. They got free uniforms, man. So they are feeling pretty good about that. And so that helps out and makes our athletes feel pretty good about their performances and how they're able to get through. We can tell you, guys, that we saw earlier, Shanna Adley, Grand Bahama, 59.37 for the under-17 girls 400 meters. Silver to Krista Ford of New Providence, and also Raisha Panty. And there she is. There is the race. Beautiful stride there as well. And coming to the tape. Let's see. That's going to be close.
Very close. Very close.
Very close. And she got it. The Golden Isles, 12.21. And so she nipped her at the tape. And so what a good run there for Miss Avanish Charlton to get in there and win that one. And 12.28. Not bad. Now we get ready to go to heat number 2. Some no-shows we see here as well. You can tell in lane 1 will be Nicantor Smith from Exuma. In lane 2, and missing from Abaco is Charlize Lightbourne, and Andros Lydia Clark is there. In lane 3, Camille Rutherford of New Providence. In 4 and 5 will be Chatalia Dorset of Grand Bahama, Long Island, Zaria Stapleton, and then also from Columbus Isle, Lapita Store, and from Eleuthera, Andrea Sabim. I think that's the way you pronounce it. but we'll get it right. Rupert's going to call this one for me. Heat 2.
I don't want to be biased.
No, okay. Don't be biased then, Rupert. We're going to leave that because you get the free shirt.
Yeah.
We're going to leave that just like that, I tell you. And this is the second heat. The first heat of the girls was from MyCal up in East Charlton. Snuck right in there and with a 12.28. And so the athletes all given some instructions by the starters just to make sure that they understand that, listen, you need to stay in the blocks and see what happens and go from there. A lot of work been done to the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium to get it prepared as they have done so for the Carifta games and now for these games. At one point, thinking that the stadium would be ready in time. It's great that we are in the National Stadium for our Bahamas games. 100 meters, second heat. Open. Jumping right out in a hurry, just like that, and moving forward is Kennard Rutherford. And she is rolling. She is taking nothing for granted. She is rolling high knee left and she comes through.
She's also going to the under 23 national.
11-6. There you go. I want to hear what she has to say. She is comfortable. High knee lift, that drive to go through. And you can see that she has been doing quite a bit of work. Good start there as well. Getting a bit of a challenge early, but once she got out there in that 40-meter mark, and she was just gone and just simply just moving. So you could tell her training at this point, and that hand up in the air. Okay. She's been watching TV. See how the big girls do it. See how the big girls do it, honey. Put that hand up and run through. And going from there, and that's exactly what we've seen as you watch the IAAF series that has been around the European area, and to go from there. And don't forget also that the World Relays will come back here. Sebastian Coe has been advocate for keeping this here in this part of the world because everything is in Europe. Okay, and now to have an event over here in this part of the world at sea level will work well, and to go from there. I'm going to tell you that you guys have to make sure now, okay, make sure that the African runners show up on time. The last relays we had, they over there at Atlantis, walking through the underwater park, because, half of them don't see fish. And you got all the fish and everything, the dolphins and whatnot. It's like, hold on, listen, you guys got to track me. Not them. They're having a ball. And then having then the junk canoe, the advent to allow them to also run straight through. Jay Philippe standing by with our winner today. Jay, what you say?
Yes, I'm joined by Camille Rutherford, who's no stranger again to track and field. We all know the history, family history. You are the Bahama Games champion. I know you competed at University of Houston for a while, now at Texas A&M. To come here to be able to win for New Providence, how does it make you feel?
I feel good, and I'm just carrying on Frank Rutherford's legacy. And that's really it.
Crossing the finish line, you celebrated as if it was something huge for you. What was that all about?
I'm coming back from my injury, so I just want to let Bahamas know. I want to let all the track girls know I'm back, and you better watch out.
There you have it. You better watch out. Camille is back, and she wants all the Bahamas girls know that she's back in track and field. Thank you so much. Back to you guys, Ricardo.
There you go. Boy, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And also to boost Frank ego.
Yeah.
That's some foolishness, eh?
I'm sure he loves it.
Oh, you love that. Hey.
Oh, man, I know he's going. He's like, okay.
My phone ring in a minute.
Yeah, I know. What? Listen, you go down to the 100 meters is the open men. Amir Swain for Abaco, also Yeri Mills from Abaco, Exuma, Aaron Roll, the Valles, Delva, Eleuthera, Tyrell Thomas, Long Island, and from Michael is Dale Ellis. And out the blocks very, very quickly on the outside, looking exceptionally well. As young Mr. Dale, and so running through, good race for him. That's a good run there for the open men. Coming through from Long Island, 11.01.
The 100 meters is just one of those races where you just feel the energy, you hear the excitement from the crowd. The earlier races were a little bit, lacking in energy, but here it is. The heats have more participants. The athletes are really competing, and I think it's because a lot of them are competing in the upcoming meets during the summer. And so
you get a chance to see them.
You really feel the energy.
Yeah, the energy is there. And I think for these athletes also, an opportunity to get together, because as they leave the Bahamas Games competition, they're going to different places and they'll be going all over the place. So many of them won't ever see each other until you get ready to go back. Many of them to school for the start of the school year and to go from there. So that's going to work out very, very well. And this heat, somewhat limited as well. You have Emerson Brennan, who is from the Balearic Islands. Alexander Dean from Long Island will be in 2. Tanan Spence from Grand Bahama. Tejan Spence, also Joshua Johnson from Eleuthera. The Balearic Islands has got Darren Francis, and Earl Johnson is from Mical. That's in this one as well. So this is going to be a pretty good heat. But what I like is that she bigged up Frank. And if you know Frank, okay, Mr. Megamall head big as it is. From then, and oddly enough, with the London Olympics, Frank joined me down there in Jamaica when we did the broadcast down there with IMC through Sportsmax, and Frank was Frank.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony knows exactly what's going on with that. Frank was Frank.
Never going to change.
Yeah, but he's a good guy.
Absolutely.
And an advocate for sport.
Oh, yeah.
Not just track and field, but sports.
Yeah.
In general, because he took on a different initiative where I recall back when he was looking to get ball players to come in and play. He went to the big yard, to Andros, where there was height, and he saw some size and took a lot of kids, and they have all benefited well because he took them under his wing. All right, and they have become very good ball players.
And then, he give back to the sport.
Absolutely.
He didn't just take, he give back.
There you go. And he has done so, and I want to congratulate him for what he has done. He even has a subdivision named after him. I still trying to get a piece of grass. Here we go, guys. Heat number 2. You got Brendan Dean, Spence, Johnson, Francis, and Johnson right there. And that's going to be coming out of it just like that. The Balearic Islands, Emerson. And then from Long Island, Alexander. And Grand Bahama, Spence. Spence crosses the line. And he wins the second heat. His time, 10.63.
That's pretty fast, 10.63.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was running either. Yeah, it didn't look like he was running at all. Yeah. Dejan Spence, very quiet guy. Doesn't say much. There you go.
The conditions out here are really good now. It's cooled down. There doesn't appear to be a lot of wind.
No, what has happened also, because we have the eastern stands, that's been like a buffer, and so that's worked out well. And you can see the ground view there of our athletes, and everybody having some fun, really enjoying themselves, and it's good to see them. We want to thank also the volunteers that have also come out to assist and to make sure that the athletes are all taken care of. And all through the games, the volunteers have been highly essential.
They work hard over the year.
Yeah. Yep. And all the volunteers of all the track meets that we've seen are here at the stadium. Without them, boy, listen, this would have been a mess. This would have been a mess. If we didn't have those volunteers, we'd have found ourselves in a whole lot of trouble. And so, but to have them to make sure that we're moving on stream, we're okay. Now we go to the final heat. And this one, 3 heats, all-time finals. I can tell you that 10.63 seems to be the one that we need to look at, but we'll see in this heat now. You have Showalter Johnson of New Providence, Columbus Isles, Uric Dean. Zion Campbell comes in from Grand Bahama. And then there's also Simpson Colebrook. There's Carlos Brown from Columbus Isle, Nastario Williams from Andros, and also Kieran Dean of New Providence. And also Walter Parker comes in from Andros. And I get a phone call just a minute ago from Bert Campbell, the father of Zion Campbell, and I keep trying to tell these guys, thank God for their mother. What you calling me for? Don't be calling me. Only because that boy mother has got speed and talent, he's here. You want to take credit? No. She carried him for 9 months. Leave that alone. Here we go. Heat number 3. This is the third heat of the 100 meters of the open men, and the men are in the blocks. Final heat. And they're off and running, getting out very, very quickly. Zion is out there quickly, but here comes some speed in the middle of the track. On the outside from New Providence, Ron Dean. But Dean got in there and came through, and he's in 10.5 was his time. So, boy, Karan Dean, 10.5, and looked like he's going to be our winner here today. Getting out very, very quickly. Getting out pretty good. First right there was Campbell, but there again, watch the outside. This is where speed comes into play in the speed transaction. You have to carry the speed through the line.
Samson was fighting.
You're right, and he's fighting trying to get over there. Samson Colbert. Yeah, he was fighting trying to get over there, but boy, that was a very good race and a classic. And again, it comes down to the draw and how you set up. And this was a fast heat with having the athletes here run, and you can see them all celebrating and having themselves a very, very good time. So far, these guys, it's been a nice little run in the park. They all get their uniforms and they can use them and have a good time and put them up and go from there. I did something silly, which I thought was kind of fun. My Carifta jersey from 1976.
Don't tell me you tried to put that on.
I got it on. Getting it off is the problem. I got it on. Rupert, I got it on. I'm like, okay, don't breathe too hard, Ricardo, because this bugger don't tear. Jay Philippe standing by with our winner. Jay, take it away.
Yes, Scott, I'm with Karan Dean, the new Bahamas Games champ. Karan is a current collegiate athlete at UTEP. The field was stocked with some of the elite runners in this country. How did you manage to fare with that race?
I mean, I just went out, execute, stay in my own lane, just finish the job. It ain't the best time, but the win is a win.
Definitely. Can you give me a quick recap of the season you would have had this year?
I had a long season. I had indoor season, outdoor season for school. Then came home, and it continued going. So it was a long season. I was up and down with injuries and stuff. But thank God I come out today and execute without feeling no pain.
As far as what's next for you in track and field, Karan?
I got one more year at UTEP, and hopefully I make the national teams. We're coming up. But that's the goal, just to stay healthy and continue moving forward.
There you have it, Karan, the Bahamas Games champs in the Opens, 100 meters. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, we've seen a number of our collegiate athletes in terms of how they've been able to accelerate and move to the next level once they get out of the universities and do what they have to do. How does it make you feel when you see these kids as they have developed? You see them here on a weekly basis training, and now you see them here at the NCAA level. How do you guys feel about that?
You know, the dream, it still lives on. I remember going off to school as a collegiate athlete. I mean, it's something that I dreamed about. I was the only child from my mom that was able to go off to college, and it was through track and field. I know that there are so many other stories, and that's just so that you can continue your education. But then when you take it one step further, and you also can continue your athletic career, and then hopefully move on to a professional career. And so it's good to, you know, identify with these kids that they're living their dream. And honestly, it's just, you're looking at them and you're wondering who's going to be the next one to represent us at the Olympics, who's going to be the next one to stand on that podium. And so that's how I feel when I hear someone like him speak. He spoke about UTEP. I remember when Andrew Times was at UTEP, you know, and so that brought back that memory, you know. And so, you know, you see we have our young kids that are always living the dream. And this is something that we need to encourage through championships like this, through our coaching programs, and we really need to get into the island so that we can afford more kids opportunities like this.
Okay, hint, hint, hint. Sports director, Kelsey. Hint, hint, hint. get them on the island tour.
We're
Those
ready to go.
athletes on
Ready
the
to go.
island tour
Yes.
because you have the wave of the games.
Yes.
And now you take athletes so that young people who didn't get a chance to come here can see, touch, feel Tonique and realize her and all the other athletes that have been household names to us. And so that they can now, listen, if she could do it, I could do it. Okay? And so you end up doing it. The same thing applies in the other sports, in swimming, okay, in basketball, in baseball, in tennis, in volleyball.
Yeah.
So you are getting young people to identify with individuals. It is one thing to see them as they would have performed years ago and see where they are today, but to actually hear their story is essential.
Yeah.
And so folks can understand. So those are the kinds of documentary that needs to be done and archived so that we could have it. Because if we had done what we needed to do years ago, we would have had all the stories. So we could tell the stories to our children and our grandchildren and all those. We've gone 50 years. And some of the stories we've lost because we did not document it back in the day because we didn't expect some things to happen. But this little country per capita, what it's done as far as the world is concerned, that's it. When Ruben and I went to school, they thought we were still living in grass huts, man.
That's right.
And walking around with skirts and whatever the case would be. One trip to Nassau, show them what Junkanoo is, and that was it. All of a sudden, we are now the Gateway Bahamas. They're now flying back to Raleigh. You know? And so you're now getting that kind of stuff. And people, when they say the Bahamas, folks don't really realize what that means. Because when the people hear where you're from, you get treated entirely differently.
Yes.
Because their experience that we would have given them in our country, and when you visit their country as an athlete or just as a visitor in their country, speaks volume. Speaks a lot of volume, and folks don't understand that until you go away. And I do it. Rupert do it. All of us do it. You know, we go to the store. Listen, y'all ain't served me. I'm from the Bahamas. I ain't got all day to be here, you know. And all of a sudden, the salesperson runs over. Because we have a certain flair about us, and they know, I was in the Bahamas, last year, and I had a great time, and I saw this. Then the conversation starts. Let me give you 20% discount.
Yeah.
We got the discus going on right now. This is the men discus, and this is the open division. We have some 15 competitors in this. We have Jeremy Wright from Bimini Berry Islands, Tamario Petty of Columbus Isles, Everest Austin of New Providence, Andros Nathaniel McCarty, Leonardo Roma from Abaco, Eleuthera has Amber Johnson, Exuma, Demario Forbes, Bradley Cooper from Abaco, Jason McClory from Bimini Berry Islands, Ken Mullings from Long Island, Latrell Clark is representing Exuma. New Providence has Iviski St. Louis, as well as Etherio Baptiste from Grand Bahama, Eleuthera with Chris Steele and Jonathan McLean. Those are our competitors over there, and that's the discus. That's also in play, and we're still getting results as they do come into us. Plus, we still also have for you the under the 400 meters for the open division, and Mr. Clark ran 48.13 for Exuma, Stephen Newbold 48.30, and also Clint Ellis also had a very good run as well at 48.35. And in the 1500 meters for New Providence, Ross Martin ran a pretty good time, 4:26.31, and from Eleuthera, Mr. Pierre, 4 minutes 28.11, and from New Providence, you had Breck Kemp with 4 minutes 51 seconds. So our kids putting themselves in getting the goal of Bridgewater from Grand Bahama, 49.79, not bad to 400 meters, and also the Columbus Isle, Brianna Pratt, 56.56. So the gold medals are all being coming out, and you'll find that what is being disseminated is the medal count that is out. Don't worry about the medal count.
No, don't worry.
That don't count.
The discipline.
No, all right? That don't count.
Yeah.
Okay? The discipline, because folks was like, man, Grand Bahama leading. Yeah, we got all them swimmers over there. They're gone now. Yeah. And the numbers ain't moved. Please send the swimmers back so we can keep the medal count going for Grand Bahama. And I said, don't worry about that. When I went up to the station, the ladies in the sales and the trafficking area was like, but with the medals, I said, don't worry about the medals. Okay? All right, we had some great swimmers. We won swimming. We were great. Swimmers are gone now. Okay? The other medals, the track and field is where you're going to see the next group of medals come from. If we survive track and field, but there again, the Providence is home, and so they are going to be making some things happen for themselves. So we have to wait and see how they go. Also, we still have in the open women's 1500 meters. That's also going to be coming up shortly. They too are getting loose, and this is the discus for the open men.
That's a big field, 15 athletes.
Yeah, 15 athletes. I think that's going to be Augustine, I believe that is from the Providence, trying to get loose. So they're all just getting loose right now. They haven't started the competition yet, and they need to get loose because there's only 3 throws. And so once you let them go, that's going to be about it. But you want to get in there. You want to make sure you're able to get loose and see what happens over there, and make sure some things happen. There you go. Want to get it off from Andros. Over there, I think that's McHardy. So he's going to get loose and go from there. We need to invest in the robotic carts for the to bring back the discus and whatever. Yeah, it's great to sit there and watch the track meet in Europe and see little carts, go out and bring the instrument back and whatever, rather than having to walk and go from there. Speeds up the competition as well and makes it happen. And so, folks, you are home. We've got actually 3 days of track and field, so you would like to come out. Tomorrow's going to be another exciting day. And so you're going to have yourself an awful lot of fun because we also still have the 4x1 to come later on, and also we have the girls long jump for the 17. They're also going to be playing. There are your discus throwers, and they go from there. Where's Bradley? Where's Bradley Cooper?
Bradley probably home watching it.
Bradley, listen.
I think his son is throwing this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Junior.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper Jr., yeah, and going from there. Boy, Bradley was my bodyguard in the Arifta games. Bradley had to make sure that I behaved myself. I said, Bradley, but listen, you at Miami-Dade, okay? I'm in Northwestern. I said, I was told to make sure, take care of y'all when y'all come in. Okay, Bradley, you in charge. And we remain friends.
You don't get challenged that.
No. We remain friends for life, and the same thing with Chanel Ferguson, all of us, and even in Grand Bahama, Lucy Sherman, and all the Barrow, Bethel Island now, and we're still together. We celebrate each other when we see them. I know with you and your teammates, once you see each other, the party is on, eh?
Oh yeah, we had a awesome time celebrating the past week at some of the independent celebration. Really a reunion, specifically with the Golden Girls, and so it's always a good time when we get together. We're able to reminisce, but we're just able to celebrate each other and really what we've done in the sport.
It's been a wonderful occasion. This 5th anniversary, bringing this all together has been fantastic. And so even with the folks here at the Broadcasting Corporation, trying to get them to understand what 50 years means is very, very essential in terms of that. And I look around and see how the Providence has changed. Growing up as a little boy, we used to come out here to swim in the pond. Now y'all got a big track on it.
You got to swim in the pool.
I swear. Oh, over there by NIB where they got that little lake. I'm like, hold on, man. We used to come out here. And then, too, what was so funny was the fact that I did take a chance to go out there to walk the trail. And I'm still seeing the fish in the pond. And that's where we used to come out here to catch fish and put in our own fish tank. Yeah, they live for maybe a week or two because you don't have any air in them. But that's the way it was. And seeing what has transacted in 50 years and to see where we was and where we are today says much about how the island has changed. Yeah, some things did not go as planned, but in the same vein, we're a whole lot better off now than we were a very long time ago. And we have the 1,500 meters, and we need to put Rupert Gardner in this. This is the open 1,500 meters for women. And ain't nobody showed up. Two athletes. Okay. The spirit of the games, and that's exactly what it is. So the spirit of the games, we will get the numbers once the athletes do come around and be able to tell you how they're running. We had registered some 8 athletes that was in this one. Farrington from Long Island, Taylor from Andros, Brown from the Berry Islands, Maycock from New Providence, Mackey, Columbus Isle, also Johnson Abaco Eleuthera was to have had Kenya Roberts and Shamika Ardolas. And we'll find out once the athletes do come around our way. It looks as if Jasmine Mackey from Columbus Isle is in this one with us. And so she is also making a run, and she's coming her way around. And
2198, the athlete from Long Island.
Right. That's Miss Grace, and also Miss Mackey, Grace Farrington and Miss Mackey. So those two. Well, it's got to be deja vu, not deja vu, because I just said Long Island has a long road. So you must have long runners, and there it is. You have
from Long Island.
Yeah. And she's out there running, okay? So two athletes, and even still, only two competitors. It doesn't take away from the fact that they have come out to perform and represent their island. And to
this
them,
is the kind
they
of
will get
races
it.
you like, right? So there's 2 medals, a gold and a silver. And I know you said the medals don't count.
Somebody can get a medal.
But somebody's going to get a medal in this
They count
race.
for the ones who win it. Okay, but the total count.
Doesn't count.
The total count doesn't count. There won't be no winners in this one. There won't be no trash talking in the closing ceremonies.
No matter what you say, somebody's going to count the medals
Let me tell you something.
so that they can say
There's a point system.
an island won the most medals.
They're going to say.
Somebody's going to say.
Yeah.
And they're going to debate it too. Oh, we win. Oh, no.
Boy, and that's something, There you go. They got 2 more laps to go. And
They
they're
look
running
to
one
be
by one.
supporting each other.
They're right there. And that's what you want. They cross about 228. Not bad. And as you can see now, there is Miss Barrington. And she's going to now pick up the pace for the first 2 laps. Miss Mackey had the lead. And right now, Miss Barrington running and going right there. And one thing you do like here is the fact that they will stay close together. It is a wonderful thing to see these athletes running the distance races, which is very lonely. Very, very lonely. The most hurtful thing in my life was to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, Rupert, and they tell us we got to run that mile before breakfast. And if you don't get back in time, you can't eat.
You have to run down the Crabtree and back.
That's right. That's right. I remember that. That's right. They would get you to the front of the school, and you would take the main road and go back. Yeah, we had a mile every morning, and oddly enough, the coaches was right there, and you didn't make it. You didn't make it. You'll pay that night when you go back to practice, especially during the indoor season. I don't know what it was for Tonique, but the first time they gave me a thermal suit to run in, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, it's going to snow, When? And sure enough, we're in these thermal suits and running. 1 more lap to go. Our 2 runners out here, Miss Farrington and Miss Mackey. And there's Miss Mackey, 3:56. And Miss Mackey now picking up the pace. Let's see what they do here. Comfortable race. It's only the 2 of them. There is gold and silver on the platter. And they will be able to get their awards one way or the other. And that's what's important. Gold or silver. They will get it. And there they go. A little distance there. So Ms. Mackey pulling away from the Columbus Isles. Athlete wearing number 2019. And the athletes with 2198. There they go. Down the back stretch. And also the 1,500 meters for the boys come as well. Columbus Isle.
Yeah. They're doing well.
Columbus Isle. Absolutely.
They did well in volleyball, ladies volleyball. Matter of fact, they won ladies volleyball.
That's it. They won the bronze in baseball.
They won the bronze in baseball.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Silver in men's volleyball.
Yeah, you know what it is, though.
Yeah,
Everybody has the Prime Minister's number in their phone.
Yeah.
And they call, and all of a sudden you see that little head sneaking there, and he peeks. Then all of a sudden the attitude changes, and then he's out again.
Matter of fact, he went to the volleyball game, and they just picked up the pace.
That's my point. That's why. There you go. There's your champion from the Columbus Isles. Miss Jasmine Mackey. And second is Miss Grace Farrington. And the 2 runners, you guys are to be congratulated. You ran the 1,500 meters in the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games. And who knows, we have the next edition we'll be able to go from there and see how that all works out. Fantastic. Good run, ladies. And coming up now will be the men. And we got a full field for the men. We have 18 runners in this one. 18 runners. Andre Colebrook of Eleuthera, Nathan Johnson of Andros, Rayvano McIntosh, Michael Abaco has got Wadley, Joe Joachim. Also, you have from Grand Bahama, Keith Hanna. Alfred Bain is representing Abaco. Christopher Santil from New Providence. Bimini is Nathan Hardy. The Kyrie Turnquest of Long Island. Philip Telme of Exuma. Raywin Winder from Andros Berry Islands. Malik Paul. Keno Gordon from the Columbus Isles. Denzel Sawyer from New Providence. Also Brian Gibson, Long Island. Keith Russell of Exuma. And also Edrin McPhee of Eleuthera. And Kivano Smith of the Columbus Isles. And, you know, I didn't believe this, Rupert, but Keith Hanna old as you, and he's still running.
Yeah.
All right. Keith Hanna been around from when we was wearing Chuck Taylors.
He's running.
And Chuck Taylors are back, and he's back.
I guess you won't represent his island.
You know, I didn't. You know, I thought I said home. I said, hold on. Keith Hanna needs a letter. Let's go to Jay and see what he's got to say. Jay.
Yeah, Scott, I'm here joined with Jasmine Mackey, the 1,500-meter winner this year's Bahamas game. Now, it was only 2 athletes in the race. Did that kind of confuse you as far as what's your strategy? Was you able to maintain your form and be able to come out as the victor?
Yeah, it did surprise me. I expected more people to participate in the race, but no. Life goes on. You got to do what you got to do in the race.
The 1,500 is a difficult race. Talk about your training. How are you able to prepare for Bahama Games knowing that it was an event that you wanted to take part in?
Training was hard. Wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. Do 3 to 4 miles every other day. Then you go, after doing the 3 to 4 miles, go to practice in the afternoon. Do another couple of miles and some sprint workouts, some long workouts. Yeah, it was tough.
Long workouts for long distance runner. There goes Jasmine, the 1,500-meter winner this year's Bahamas Games.
Let me tell you what. She's a young old lady. Life goes on. No big deal. No, life goes on. So 2 of us, yeah. Okay, fine. But life goes on.
I worry.
I remember that, man. Okay, I know that down the road for me, there's some big things to happen, and that's the kind of mindset that you have with these athletes, and so you're seeing that humanistic side of the reality is, you know, it's not just all about the competition, but they too are a pride and joy in terms of have them on the track and to compete for us. So it's absolutely fantastic to see them there. We got the 1,500 meters coming up, full field. We still also have the discus. That's the guys they're also running, and also the long jump is underway as well. They too are trying to get that in, and so we'll see how that all works out. And it's been a very good one for us, and that's 1935. And there you go. I want to make sure I'm looking tomorrow. No, we'll see how they work that out and go from there. That's the full field.
Yeah, this is a good field.
Okay, this is your race.
Yeah,
this is your race there.
You know, during my time, I would beat them.
Yep. I know the song says, dream on, dream away. You can dream another day.
I wish they had the Bahama Games during my time. Or
during your time.
Tony, you wish they had the Bahama Games, right?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. That would have been great.
Free
How you know so good? That's it. I want mine. I don't know what y'all, but I have to now get back home and begin to prepare myself and get situated, as I will need to make sure I get my free uniform next year. Next 2 years, I'm waiting for mine.
Well, guess what? I know you won't go do cold water, so that's so.
Yeah, I could still do it, you know. Yeah. I need a helicopter. There we go, guys. 1,500 meters.
On the way.
And this is the open men. It's a full field, 18 runners. And this one's going to be interesting. Let's see how these guys are able to jockey for position. And this is where the first part of the race, and they'll settle down. And remember now, you can see a little pushing there, getting on some heels. Yeah, your best bet is to get on the outside. And then once you come around the first bend is when you do settle in and you go from there. Columbus Isles out front. It looks like Keno Gordon. making something happen there up front. And then settling in behind him is the young man, Keith Hanna from Grand Bahama. There they go there, making everything go. That is Gordon out front. He's got the early pace. And so this one is anyone's race. They're going to be jockeying for position the whole way around, folks.
It's good position runners. Then you have 18 guys that are running. I mean, distance is really beyond the rise.
There you go. And so what it does, too, is give you the advent of there is still much to happen, and now we can get our younger athletes to be wanting to do this and be able to run and go from there. I know for a fact, like with Keith, he runs in the morning. He's either by the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, and then he goes to work, and then he picks up the kids. They do their thing, and then he's back out on the road. You'll see him later. And because we have daylight saving time now, he's up and down all over the roads like crazy. And so these young guys here with the younger legs may be a little bit much for him, but again, he's only here to represent Grand Bahama and to put to have a good showing. And you can see the pack there, the New Providence runners, and still up there, Gordon, and playing a cat and mouse game is correct. Up there is Christopher Santillo, and also you have Denzel Sawyer. He's also there in the mix. Also Raymond Winder, all making a run up there as they're now getting themselves prepared to make a run here for gold, silver, and bronze. And it looks as if Kano Gordon is going to be slowing down a little bit. He was the early pace in this one. He was the rabbit, and now he's moving back.
I tell you what, the guy from Andrews, Winder, the two fellas from New Providence come pick up the pace. He's going to beat them on the sprint.
Well, they look good right now as they've now separated themselves out. Santillo, also Sawyer, and Winder in that order. As they now look around, Winder looking to see if anybody else is near them, and no, nobody else is there. As they now come off the bend and make their way around, and then they'll be able to get that bell. And he's right there. There they are. 1, 2, 3. This one is going to be kind of close.
That's the gold, silver, and bronze right there.
There you go. Santillo, Sawyer, Winder, all sitting there at 311, and there's the gun lap. And like you said, if Winder sticks around, we'll see what happens. But you can see the pace has picked up a bit here as they go into that final lap. And they'll now have some 300 meters to go. And who wants it has to now go out and get it. We can see, wait until they get to the 200 meter mark, and we'll see what that's going to look like. There's Winder at the 200 meter mark. And wow, he looked over and they saw Winder. Winder just blew by, and Winder now wide open as he's now getting off that bend. And Winder beginning now to open up. And there he is. You see those arms flaring and trying to come back. Coming right back on him, Santillo. There you go. That's the champion. Hey, you are the Bahamas Games gold medalist. Way to go, buddy. Good run. Winder can't believe he let her get away.
He can't believe he got away.
He can't believe it got away.
But you know,
4:14 was the time.
They just run 4:11 the other day, last week.
Okay. What a good run. Everyone coming across, and the congratulations to everyone.
Winder let them get away. Matter of fact, he has a sprint, but
that's what I'm saying.
He just let them get away.
That's it. And that's what you had there, as you had Winder try to get in there. He was a little bit upset, but he'll be okay. We're going from there, and let me tell you, absolutely, and to go from there. Jay Philippe going over there, and going to talk to the participants and see if he can get the athletes. That's a good race. That was an exciting race for the fans. Oh man, absolutely, to give them something to talk about. Everyone finished, no issues at all. Everyone had a good run, and thank goodness it was cool. And here's that last sprint.
Last sprint.
Boy, that was kind of fantastic there.
He just didn't have it to respond.
Yeah, just have it to respond there. And so, yes, throw the arms up in the air. You are the champion. You are the champion, my brother. Yes.
Such a good.
You are the champion. Way to go.
Why do like what's going on here?
Oh man.
Oh man. He's so disappointed.
You can't win them all. Okay, you can't win them all.
But you also have to be prepared to fight in the end. And I don't see where he had it. You saw the athlete pull up on the side of him, and immediately you can see defeat, as opposed to giving that last push, that last effort.
Right.
That's right.
So.
Yeah, he couldn't respond. Jay Philippe is standing by, and he has a miracle worker with him. Jay, tell me what you got.
Yeah, unlike the women's 1500 meter that had 2 athletes, the men's, the open men, had a whole slew of athletes. But the champion is Christopher. Christopher, it was a tight race from start to finish.
I agree. It was a tight race. I came out here not 100%, but it's the Bahamas game, so I had to come out, show up, do my best.
You did it from your Providence, adding more points from your Providence. How does it feel knowing that you would have made a difference today?
It feels great, man. You know, I competed with athletes I never see before, and it showed me where I is. I mean, in the beginning of the race, I kind of doubted myself, but I know I pulled through.
Congratulations, Christopher, the Bahama Games champion. I'm also joined by a special guest over here. You. I told persons that you were 15 years old. Can tell them the real age, please.
Be 50 in September, 73, Independence baby.
Independence baby, competed in the 1500 meters, something that I could never see myself doing. How do you manage to stay in shape at a young age?
I just thank God because I put in first and everything I do. And it's so great. My coach tell me run this. I don't really run this, but I thank God. I still give the young fellas a run for their money.
Now, this is the Bahama Games, the Jubilee Games. You participated in these games. What does it feel like to represent Grand Bahama and also knowing at your age, being able to compete at a high level with guys that are, you're twice their age?
Yes, I thank God, and most of them know me, especially the guy who come first, he know me, because I always over here running the road race. And when I come to win.
There you have it, the 15-year-old from Grand Bahama that participated in the 1500 meters. Back to Ricardo.
There you go, Keith Hanna, who in turn did a very good job. Like I said, this guy runs in the morning, runs in the afternoon, and takes care of his family. And here he is.
I want to see his coach.
Yeah, how old's the coach?
Let me tell you, it is amazing because he's at the facility. Roger Charlton. Okay, he's there by the GB Sports Complex. And his boss called me and asked me, says, Ricardo, Keith Hanna, Keith running in the Bahamas Games. I said, yeah, that's why I sent you the letter, so you can give him some time off. Okay, no problem. His boss saw him just now.
Yeah, that's right.
So Keith Hanna is cleared to go. And so we've seen him run, like I said before. These games are meant for you to participate in.
Right.
And that's the importance there. And so your participation means a lot. Here he is at 50 and celebrating 50 and competing with kids that's way younger than him in terms of what's happening, and he's a road runner, but not really in the 1500 meters, but he wanted to come and be a part of the games, and that's exactly what he's been able to do. And so for him, I want to congratulate him for doing so, and for all the senior athletes that have competed in these games, kudos to them.
Yeah, sometimes it's easy to say, this isn't important. I'm going to travel and represent the Bahamas internationally next week, so I will skip this. So one thing I've been hearing from the athletes is that I'm so happy to be a part of the Bahamas Games. And sometimes when we speak about Bahamas Games, they say, we're having it, we're not having it. It's been a long time since it's come back. But one thing we're hearing is that the youth, they want this. They want to be able to compete in this type of environment. Yeah. And so this is, I think this is a takeaway from us, that we need to see how we can make this happen, make it a viable, sustainable effort going forward.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
And these young people that we're seeing here, that's on the competing in track and field, just to be a part of the team. is important. Our kids have a very difficult situation in terms of understanding what it means to be a team and to be a team player and understand that you have a role to play. And if you've not been a part of team sports, then you find yourself left out there. It's not an individual scenario. It's about working together and understanding what has to happen and to work. And even with the discus that's going on right now with the men, and there's a throw in terms of their getting out there. And from Grand Bahama, that's Lothario Baptiste. So he's out there making something happen. But it's about being able to play. And so if you haven't played team sports and understand that this is a team event, then that attribute, you need to go to golf, okay, and go play by yourself. Knock your ball in the water and call it a day and get mad at yourself.
But even that is a team sport here at the Bahamas.
It is. Yeah. And I just saw Rick Pinder call me. I hope that's good news. But I can't answer him right now. Rick, I'll get to you in a minute. They're over there at Paradise Island. They started off in second place today in the two-ball best ball competition.
It's the last day of golf,
juniors, yeah. Juniors are also playing exceptionally well over there. We got one golf course in Grand Bahama, okay? And so we're making it and going from there. And we have one track and field stadium in Grand Bahama, okay? But we got a couple gyms in Grand Bahama that belongs to the school.
That's why you all are in basketball.
There you go. We got one softball. Multiple baseball fields, though, because we got the Grand Bahama Little League and the Grand Bahama Baseball Stadium. And so those things are happening. We'd like to see the same thing spread throughout the island.
That's going to happen. They're going to build more facilities for the Family Islands after these games. I think the government is going to come together, get consultant. They're going to make a presentation to the government. You can see more facilities built. So you can have more athletes, world-class athletes from these Family Islands, which will be good.
Absolutely, and to go from there, because, I went over to see the girls' softball game, and the two young ladies that we met in Long Island doing the Long Island Regatta, they're dressed up playing softball. And as soon as we walked out on the field and they saw us, it's like, well, we're going to show you all now. We told you all we was coming to the games. And trust me, Long Island women, they ain't playing at all, boy. They're having a ball over there. And your discus event coming up. Also coming up tonight, we do in turn also have the 4x100 meter relays, which should be very exciting. You'll see how those are put together. Still going on is the discus. This is the event you're seeing right now. This is the open men discus. You have Jeremy Wright, Durano Petty, and Boris Augustine from New Providence. Also Nathaniel Hardy, Latario Roma, Amber Johnson from Eleuthera, Abner Johnson. Also Demario Forbes, Bradley Cooper from Abaco, and then you've got Jason McGauley, Ken Mullings, Latrell Clark, Ivinsky, St. Louis, Latario Baptiste, Chris Deal, and also McLean, right there, Jonathan McLean. And so getting the guys, I think they've had their first round, and they should be going now to the second round, and they only get 3 opportunities to compete. And so they'll be now going in and start the Berry Islands. And yep, they go back to the top of the line. That's Jeremy Wright that comes up. And so we'll see how he's able to do here and get into the games. So everybody gets a chance to throw. There you go. Oh, can't measure that one, man. You seriously?
It's the spirit of the game.
No. They've got to pull in. That's
all the tape.
That's 600 feet of tape.
They're going to pull in that much.
But you mark every as long as it leaves the hand.
You have to mark.
You have to mark.
As long as they scratch, you have to mark it.
Right. You have to mark it, and so you have to go from there. And so that's what you have to have done. And so Ken Mullings and all those guys are all trying to get in and try to get a throw in and to go from there. Also over there is the long jump that's going on for under 17 girls. We do have Zion Carey from Exuma, Aaliyah Evans from Andros, Isaiah Dean from Columbus Isles, Laquita Hanna from Exuma. Zoe Adley will also give you New Providence a flag. Also, Gibeon Miller from Eleuthera, Kaleri Miller from the Berry Islands, Bimini Berry Islands, Grand Bahamas, Probe Thompson. Also, Fostera Wright from Abaco, Tyler Pratt from Andros. Also, Nia Mackey from Columbus Isle. Delita Russell will compete for Abaco from Bimini Berry Islands. This is Devante Fernanda. So Grand Bahamas, Sheena Adderley, also the Province, Isaiah Roll, and also Samaya right there. And so there's a the throw, and so you want to mark it all and go from there and see how it works and go from there. We have 3 days of track and field, which will also help us out, and we are very fortunate. And I say that because down there in the back by the airport, it's raining every day. Every day. Uptown, ain't happening.
I see that.
Okay? And let's keep it that way. Because we don't want to put a damper on the game so far, especially those outdoor sports, because we have right now the softballers, they're also playing outdoors, and here we are with track and field indoors, so we want us to, at least the cloud cover has helped us and cooled us off a bit, and so that has worked out exceptionally well for us here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Over there at the old stadium, was over there for the Nationals. That was a lot of fun to walk out there and see where it's come from. That's Tonique's baby. My baby was cinders. When it was all cinders in the day, when we used to have those nails that we used to have to use in order to...
She would know nothing
and then go for that. No. When the service was redone, then Tonique came out and do her do. When we had those nails and then running with those nails and stuff in the day, oddly enough, that's it. Now with this surface, you have to have, prescribe spikes in order for that to happen.
That's right.
And so you don't want to ever have to go out there and create a problem going. So there's a New Providence thrower. It looks like Everest Austin. I think that's trying to get a good view of the number of the athletes. Let's see what he does here. Looks like he's going to throw this one pretty good. Came out. Yeah. Okay. He has to be a baseball player because his head gone this way and the disc is going the next way, like at the baseball games. The head gone this way and the strike. Can't even see the ball in terms of going there. That just remind me of that in terms of what he just did. So they're into their second round of throws. They'll actually have 3 rounds accordingly. Nathaniel Hardy should be the next thrower to come up, and then we'll be able to hopefully pass on to you the distances for the discus as the instruments being thrown and retrieved by the athletes. And then you have to decide which one of the instruments you want to use for your throw, and to go from there. There's the long jump under 17 girls, also out there competing. 21-18 is the athlete right there, and make sure we get that right for you. It looks as if that's going to be Miss Zion Carey of Exuma. Yep. There she goes, and there's all of our competitors all sitting down and waiting their turn. Oh, she fouled, and so that would not be recorded. And so she will have to come by and try it again and see who our next competitor should be. Now, if I'm correct in terms of the numbers, that should be Zaria Dean. That should be the next thrower. And going out there now, it looks as if it's going to be Leonardo Romer.
Abaco.
Yeah, see what he can do here. Okay, that one is right there. This is kind of too close to call. Yeah, this one is, he fouled. Okay, so he fouled, and so they won't have to read that one. Yeah. You'll see where these guys, especially when you get to the next level, when it's not over 200 feet, they just foul out. They don't want nobody to record that you just didn't throw it that far. And so you just want to make sure you foul out, and you don't have to go from there. And so here's the Luthra. That's Johnson, Abner Johnson. So Abner got off
that's a
pretty good throw. Not bad there. There you go. Now we're going to have the instrument is going to be returned and go from there. So far, so good. We've seen the heats finals in terms of the 100s and the 400 meters. We saw the 1,500 meters earlier today. We also had the high jump for the under 17 girls, women's triple jump. Also was competed earlier today. And so the meet itself is moving along very, very quickly. and it's pretty cool. So I think that's worked out exceptionally well here as well for us. And now you have Demario Forbes, who will step in. Let's see what he can do here. And Demario didn't go to Kentucky, man. Why are you tired? Only kidding. Look, he didn't even get into the circle. Come on, Demario. Get it out there, buddy.
The scratch.
That one's going to go out of no.
The discus is such a technical event, so it really makes you think about how much training these athletes have received, because we see them following one right after the next.
And then also, too, having to work in terms of getting the work in as far as the instrument and using it. And then, too, the weight training that also come along with it, too. So you have to work on that. If you look at the discus throwers from the world level, these guys get in the gym and they squat and they bench press a couple 100 pounds and do what they have to do. Then their diet and the whole 9 yards and all that to make it happen. But here is from Abaco.
That's Bradley
Cooper Andrus.
You can see the difference with the technique from he entered the circle.
Yep. Oh, he better throw that good.
Oh, he gotta go home.
Coming home. Hey, what? I can hear him knocking the door. Daddy.
Open the door.
Bradley, no. We ain't here. Go back where you was. And go do it again. That'll work on it and make sure that he's able to do that and go from there. Let's now go to the medal ceremony here. The first medals to be presented here at the Bahamas Games. And congratulations to all of the winners. Here we go.
With a jump of 1.40 meters, Paris roll. Coming in second, collecting the silver, representing New Providence. Okay, it's the under-17 girls triple jump, collecting the silver medal with a jump of 10.20 meters, Grand Bahama, Alexa Bullard. And your gold medal at the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games, the under-17 girls champion in the triple jump, New Providence, Zoe Adley, finishing with a jump of 10.33 meters. Congratulations to our under-17 girls triple jumpers. The medal ceremony for the under-17 girls shot put. Presenting the medals, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Chester Cooper, Member of Parliament for Exuma and the Ragged Islands, and the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. Collecting the bronze medal, representing the Buccaneers of New Providence, Kenise Scavella. She finished with a throw of 10.18 meters. Your silver medalist, finishing with a throw of 11 meters, New Providence, Danielle Nixon. And your gold medalist and champion of the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games, representing Andros Chick-Charney, Anthony Pepper George. She finished with a throw of 11.02 meters. Congratulations to our champions in the under 17 girls shot put. Medal ceremonies for the under 17 boys discus throw. Presenting the medals, Senator Randy Roll. Collecting the silver medal, representing the Chick-Charneys of Andros, Silas Riley. He finished with a throw of 30.22 meters. He's your champion here at the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games, representing the Buccaneers of New Providence, 30.60 meters. Linwood Brown. Congratulations to the boys under 17 discus throw.
Okay, everybody, as we continue our coverage here of the first day of track and field at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, the award ceremony is going on, medals being presented, and now we also have on the track coming up the under-17 girls 4x100-meter relays. This is also a time final event. There'll be 2 heats, and this is going to be kind of fun. You have in this one Andros, Columbus Isle, Grand Bahama, Bimini, and the Berry Islands. This is heat 1 of 2. Should be very interesting here. The intent is to get the baton around, which is essential, and getting in there. This is where guys like Mike Lawson, Roy Ector, and those back in the day.
Okay, let's welcome to the stadium our great Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Brave David.
This is great.
We're waiting on
these
our
people
Prime Minister to join us at the medal ceremony area.
You and I watch
He is the Member of Parliament for the Great Island of Cat Island.
He was in 2008.
And serves as the Minister of Finance.
I was there in 2000.
2004.
Yeah, I think you were at both with
I was both with you.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
But we were
the Member of Parliament for Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey.
He was somewhere around the corner.
Carrying the bag.
There you go, carrying the bag. And that's exactly what Rupert was doing. And
but seriously, you were the coach for the women in 2000 when they brought home the gold.
Right.
And so we can't take that lightly. You actually played a significant role.
That was a good setup. There's the Prime Minister also entering the stadium. Also a part of the ceremonies here as well, being welcomed by the Deputy Prime Minister, also Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, and the various other delegations. The Prime Minister yesterday also had a good time moving around. He also presented the medals to the baseball teams. He loves baseball. His kids are highly involved in it.
He said he used to play baseball.
Yeah, he used to.
I can't see.
Yeah, he used to. All right. He grew up with a gentleman by the name of Will Rutherford. Okay, and Will is in Grand Bahama. They are the best of friends. Will is the gentleman that created the Buccaneers baseball program in Grand Bahama that has brought out a number of ball players to go elsewhere. And so they played baseball as children growing up, and they've remained childhood friends, and they're now adults. And when he goes to Grand Bahama, the first step is that he goes to see Will Rutherford to make sure that Will is doing okay, and to go from there. And he's been involved. And, watching Fillmore and Felice and those grow up many years ago, as we would come from Grand Bahama back then, we used to work with Mary
for the under-17 boys.
So when we come to New Providence, we used to go up there into Fox Hill to where his first house was and end up there. And so it's been great to see these childhood friendships that is created. And so
the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth
forget the politics. The friendship that these young men have created throughout the country is everlasting. And to see them when they travel the islands, how well they're received by their friends. That's like last night. I went to the softball. I saw 27 fellas with more gray hairs than me, and I was happy.
I still got my own.
To see them out there, and to see these guys that are still there and still around the ballpark, and sharing in the games. If they didn't have these games, so many of them, they wouldn't have been here. Let's go to the medal ceremony and watch the presentation here by the Prime Minister, which is a special treat.
Oh yeah, they remember this for life.
Yes.
Ashton Moxie. He's your champion of the Bahamas Games in the under-17 boys javelin throw, representing the Buccaneers of New Providence with a throw of 46.97 meters. Let's welcome Kenny Moxie. Congratulations to all of our under-17 boys javelin throwers here at the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games. It's 2.
Here we go. We now go to the under 17 4 by 100 meter relays, and what they've done, I think they've combined them, Rupert.
They're combined.
Okay, so rather than having the 2 heats in the 4 by 1s, it is now combined. So you will put Abaco in lane 1, New Providence will be in lane 2. Lane 3 will be Andros. Columbus Isles will run in lane 4. Grand Bahama in 5. Bimini and the Berry Islands will be running in lane 6. Eleuthera in 7. And Exuma will be there in lane 8. So rather than going through having 2 heats and you have enough teams, so just put them in 1 and call it a day, and we'll see how it goes from there. So let's now go to the high jump for the girls and under 17. Let's go and see the awards here. So these young people are receiving their awards from the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis.
Set.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is section 1 of the under-17 girls 4 by 100 meter relay. Abaco to Providence, Andres, Columbus Isles, Grand Bahama, Bimini, Eleuthera, and Exuma. And look at New Providence. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, your double gold
and running.
Of the Caribbean.
There's a handoff there as well. No one's anywhere near New Providence in the women and the under 17 girls 4 by 1s. And here's the final exchange. They get it in the zone. There you go. And all New Providence bringing it home here for gold in the 4 by 1s and the celebration. Grand Bahama 2 and 3 is Andros.
That's a long time raising up your hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how you do it. Celebrate. You didn't watch the 4 by 1s then? You didn't watch the 4 by 1s then?
Yeah.
Okay, you was there in Sydney, okay, when the girls won the 4 by 1.
Yeah.
Okay? All of our girls, let's sit down and say, thank you, Jesus. This crew, they're celebrating and high-fiving and waving to the crowd and all the family and everybody there and making it happen. And so what you have now is the ceremonies and the 17 awards now being done by the Prime Minister. There you go. Get your medal. Thank you and congratulations accordingly.
She ain't gonna wash your hand.
There you go. Good job, girl.
Representing the Buccaneers of New Providence, Kennedy Hanna.
Okay, the Prime Minister also
representing the Chick-Charnies of Andros, finishing with a jump of 1.55 meters. Let's hear it for Kyla Pratt.
to receive their awards. And this is the under 17 girls high jump. The gold goes to Tyler Pratt of Andros. And then you have the silver to Kennedy Hanna of New Providence. And the bronze goes to Exuma Paris Roll. And there's a pretty picture for you. Ready for the dailies tomorrow? And everybody And Andres is going to get the newspaper and cut it out and put it up all on the wall. So when you...
She's going to get some nice crops.
Yeah, but as soon as you get to the food store, everything up on the wall and be kept. And one thing that the folks in the islands do, as my mother once did as well, is once you get those newspapers, you got those clippings, and they hold them. Okay? Because when we celebrated the Carifta games, and they asked me, you have any pictures? So listen, my mother got them all here in the book. So that's something that a parent does when it comes to their children. Unfortunately for us in Grand Bahama, we have no newspapers like that anymore, whereas they would use the Freeport News, but now we have some of these small entities trying to come back, and hopefully that will work. But those pictures, they speak a story, and it's a it's a lifetime. Again, the medal ceremony, the sports minister will do this one for us. The Honorable Mario Boleg.
Finishing with a jump of 1.50 meters.
Mario Boleg also.
Kyle Gray.
Trying to go there, Tyler Gray.
She's your champion in the open women high jump, finishing with a jump of 1.65 meters, representing New Providence, Koi Adderley.
Yep. Koi Adderley and also Kelly Gray from Grand Bahama. Those are the only two
Congratulations to our competitors in the open women high jump.
Gold, which in turn she won. Congratulations, 1.65, and the silver 1.50. Congratulations to our high jump winners in the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games. And I tell you, to have the sports minister present those to you, and then they'll keep those medals and put them on the shelf with all the others that you have. Now we have the boys 4x1s, and mind you, here now we have 2 heats of this. There are 6 teams. We have Abaco in lane 2. Zuma in lane 2. Abaco is in lane 3. In lane 4 will be Bimini and the Berry Islands. Lane 5 is Mycal, and then lane 6 is Long Island. And so they're not going to combine them here, but they will in turn make that choice. We don't know. We're going to find out in a minute. So those are the athletes, and they also have the exchange zones. For Zuma, you have Moxie, Romer, Roll, and Roll. That's Quinton and Alden. For Abaco, you have Kemp, Al Pacino Kemp. That's an actor's name. Also, Scotty Dubras. You have Philip Lubin, and also Tejan St. Giles. So there for the Abacos of Bimini. It's going to be Terrence Winder, Aaron Knowles. Then you have also Randy Colbrook and also Kiana Roll. For the Mycal, Dylan Penniman is going to run. Then also Malik Campbell. Then there's also Jermaine Strawn and also McHale Smith. For Long Island, there is Tico Hanna, also Chiquito Thomas, and then also you have Justin Brown and also Jason Smith will be in that order. And so that's what they will run. Oddly enough, the assistant general manager down there in Grand Bahama, Natalie Martinborough, messaged me right away. What lane Long Island is? Natalie, they're there. Let's see how they're able to make this thing happen and to go from there. But that's the intent of these games, as they have the relays that's on it. So the boys will actually run the 2 timed finals. And then the same thing will apply with the open 4x1s. Those 2 should be very, very exciting, and seeing what happens there. But a good run there a minute ago by the New Providence Buccaneers. And that's Davis, Navi, Pantry, and Demerit. They had a good run there in winning the gold. And now we get ready to the start of Heat 1 of 2. The under-17 boys 4x100 meter relay. Exuma, Abaco, Bimini, Mycal, and Long Island. Runners in the blocks. And they're off. Let's see what the first exchange looks like as they now come into view. There's the exchange who gets it first. Out there, Long Island gets it and is moving very, very quickly. Also looking very, very good. And here's the handoff. Handoff number 3. Trying to figure out where the rest of the team is. Oh boy, that's a bad exchange.
Wrong hand.
That's it. And then here comes down the middle, making something happen.
He's going to catch him.
Yes, and he got him at the tape. Abaco at the tape. They get in there, and Michael finishes. And there's Abaco and a good run as well for Long Island. Long Island had the lead, and then the bad baton exchange and nothing there. And, oh, they gave it to Long Island. 46-07.
Yeah, very good comeback.
So they gave it to Long Island.
Such a fumble at the top of the home stretch.
Oh, so they gave it to Long Island in that one, and so they would have had even a better time. There it is. Yeah, he's able to. He's able to get across and hold on and hold in a minute. Boy, I tell you. So he dodged a bullet.
He can go back to the hotel.
Yeah. He can go back there. He can be in trouble, because I can tell you. So half these guys will be calling for it. Here's the exchange coming round. See the baton in the right hand, and he's looking for it, and he runs right past him. He didn't get it. He finally gets it. Okay. All right. Now they're going to discuss who will be going out later on. Little conversation, and then bring it on home and go from there. Ricardo Lightboy and Rupert Gardner, Tony Williams with us here. Live coverage here of day 1 of track and field, and so far you can see here the stretch run. There you go. And a last-ditch effort. Boy, that's a pretty good one there for Jason Smith to hold off. But boy, that flight back to Long Island is going to be a long one.
Oh, flight.
You was going to hear some things you didn't want to hear, young man, but you were able to hold on and be able to get in there. And yeah, you won your heat. Now you'll have to wait and see what happens in heat number 2. And in heat number 2, you will have Eleuthera, Providence, Columbus Isle, Grand Bahama, and Andros in that order. And so we'll see how that is able to materialize. And then we also have this evening for you the Open Women and the Men will also be running. But so far, day 1 got up to an interesting start in terms of the track and field competition. Your take at this junction?
Yeah, like I said, it seemed to start a little bit slow this morning. You didn't see athletes showing up for every event. The energy was kind of low, but it certainly has beefed up as we progress into the faster sprint events like the 100 meters, certainly the 4x100 meter races. And so I think it's shaping up to be a really good day 1. And I'm just really encouraged to see what we'll see on day 2 and day 3.
That's it. It's going to be interesting because you're going to need the fan support. And we will start again tomorrow in the afternoon hour. And we are keeping our fingers crossed that we will have this nice cool breeze to blow through here and to make it happen. And so we can really have ourselves a wonderful track meet. And tomorrow there'll be in the 200s a number of events. So there'll be some pretty good races and also a number of field events as well tomorrow, in order to make sure that our athletes are given the full exposure that they do deserve in this year's Bahamas Games. We have in this one, Eleuthera will be in lane 1 with Hudson, Pettifer, as well as Collins and Josant. New Providence will have Frazier, Roca, LeBlanc, and Roll. Columbus Isle, O'Shane Thompson, Nathaniel Smith. Then you have Oren Tyson and Rayvon Munker. Grand Bahama will have Gordon, Tate, Shepard, and Kelly. Andros will have Antonio Gomez, Cairo McPhee. Also, Ciano Ferguson and Rion Larrymore. So we'll see those guys come out here and run quick. So far, we're looking again to see what happens here. As far as you know, that Long Island has the lead as far as the time. And again, remember now, this is all a timed event, time finals. And to go from there. And so
they got 46.
There you go, 46. Yeah. So he is 46.07, so he gonna have to run and see what happens. They have a bit of a headwind down the backstretch, but that should not be too detrimental as far as the athletes and their performances here today. We can also tell you that the 100-meter dash, we tell you that Miss Nabi ran 12.10. A good run also by Mr. Merritt, New Providence, 12.49, and Miss Turnquest of Andros, 12.70. In the women's 100 meters, Miss Rutherford ran well, 11.65. Way to go, and gave kudos to Frank. Hey, Columbus Isle, Kevin East Hanna, and also Tornell Miller with a bronze in 12.24 seconds. In the under 17 100 meters, it was Ishmael Roll as far as the boys from New Providence, 10.59. Aiden Kelly, 10.83, and also Everett Frazier of New Providence, 11.11. As far as the open division, what a good race from Karan Dean of New Providence, 10.5, and also Samuel Colebrook, 10.55, and also Carlos Brown, 10.66. So here we go, Heat 1 of the 4x100 meter relay. This is the boys under 17. Eleuthera, New Providence, the Columbus Isle, Grand Bahama, and then Andros in that order. Runners in the blocks. The intent is to get the baton around. And let's see what happens here. Very quickly out of blocks. New Providence making up the stagger very, very quickly. And making something happen there on Columbus Isle. Here's the first exchange. Grand Bahama. Runner goes down, but here comes New Providence down the back stretch. Quentin Gordon now making something happen there. And Tyson O'Neill, and that's the exchange. Grand Bahama and New Providence. Here's where the race will be decided. We'll see what happens here in the final exchange and who can get the baton. Grand Bahama and New Providence, and we've got to run to the finish. New Providence running away with this one. New Providence gets the goal. That's a very fast time. 42.01. Good exchange there. And Grand Bahama with a second place finish. 42. Yep. 42. Oh, not bad.
That's a good fast time.
42.
I was a little bit scared of Frazier. Maybe he jumped in the 100.
So you wonder what was going to happen there, eh?
His father is the coach of New Providence too, must have said, don't do this, boy.
Don't do it, eh? Yeah, he'd be walking home tonight. There you go. Good exchange there. Pretty good exchange on that third leg. Let's see the last leg here. There is Grand Bahama and New Providence. Clean exchange.
Yeah, beautiful exchange.
Yep. And down the stretch he comes. There he comes, looking for that finish line. And he's not taking anything for chance.
He's a double gold medalist.
That's it. And running right through it. There you go. Making it happen there for New Providence. Not bad, guys. Very good run there for the 4x100 meter relays. And that's going to be that for the under 17 boys. And now we go to the open division. This should be fun. These are the ladies now. We have Long Island, Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, and Columbus Isles. Those are the four. And this heat again is a time final, so the times become essential. Relays are very, very important. 4x1s, we've seen the best of the best in more ways than one. We've seen many athletes cry, walk away from the sport, take their shoes, throw in the garbage, take off their shirt, throw it away, because again, it's a team concept, and having to get the baton around hand to hand to hand, incredible in how you're able to do it. Remarkably, this takes work. All right, and Rupert, you've been the relays coach. You know the kind of work it takes to put together a relay team.
Plenty work to put the team together. First of all, you got to find who can run the first leg, who can run the second, who can start good. I mean, such a technical event. It looks easy when they do it, but it's hard when you're putting it together.
And then behind the scene, you got attitudes.
Yeah. Oh, you got
I don't want to run this leg. I don't want to run that. And then you got to turn around and mend those attitudes in order to make it happen for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work being in charge of relays and working it, and the same thing applies even with the 4x4 and trying to put that together and to go from there. I tell you, I'll never forget the Australia girls goals. At the same time, the Bahamas Softball Federation was having the round robin tournament in Grand Bahama, and everyone stopped playing softball and turned on the TV and was dancing all over the place. We forget we had to finish to play the game. Nobody watched no more game after that. That was it. We ain't fooling with that no more. And so that was fun. And then also there in Jamaica when the Knights won the 4x4, which was a special moment in that one as well, because down there in Jamaica, they was doing me right in. Bahamas ain't been nothing yet. Man, we was getting do right in. But once we got the 4x4, all right, it was like, you know, Joel is the Diamondback Rattler, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had the Diamondback chest. That's how big I was on set. Because to see our Knights win the gold over there in London was absolutely fantastic. And to go from there, you know, and when you have Jamaica dominating all the races, and well, we finally got that goal. That's it. Couldn't talk to me no more for the rest of the day. Here we go. 4x1s, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Long Island, Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, and Columbus Isle. These are the open 4x1 for the ladies. We'll see who is able to get the stick around as quickly as we possibly can. Don't forget also that the World Relays will be coming right here to the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium next year in the month of May. And that'll kick off the season next year. Should be absolutely fantastic. You will get more on that as we draw near to that event. But this is a little taste of it here for you.
It'll be
See
exciting.
the 4x1s here, and the ladies, the next generation of athletes that we're looking forward to get that baton around. And here we go. Long Island, Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, and Columbus Isle. Let's see what the first exchange look like. Right on time, Columbus Isle and Grand Bahama with the baton exchange. Columbus Isle is out and running, looking very, very good. Oh, and little collision there. But Columbus Isle with a clean exchange. Grand Bahama, right there in the middle of the track now, trying to come around. But Columbus Isle out there. Let's see what the final exchange looks like. And here we go. We've got ourselves a race. Grand Bahama and Columbus Isles. And Grand Bahama will bring it across the line and win heat number 1.
Relays will always be exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's 46. Let's say 46 for Grand Bahama. And there's one more heat to come. So we'll see how that works out there. This track, as you would have heard, and there's a replay of the race. Miriam Byfield, Shania Pinder, Shamaya Roll, and Shatalia Dorset for Grand Bahama. Columbus Isle, Brianna Pratt, Kernice Hanna, Kepta Storr, and Jasmine Mackey. And here comes the final exchange here. There it is. Good exchange by both Columbus Isles and also Grand Bahama. And Grand Bahama will get the gold and the silver to Columbus Isle. I counting out New Providence in the second heat. The start of war. No, I'm not going to do that, ladies and
can't do
gentlemen. No. We have one more of Heat 2 to come. And Heat 2 is going to feature Exuma, Abaco, Bimini, Andros, and then New Providence. So it'll be lanes 2, Exuma, lane 3, Abaco, lane 4, Bimini to Berry Islands. Andros will run out of lane 5, and then lane 6 is going to be New Providence. Another very, very exciting race here in the open 4x100 meter relay. And so we'll get a chance to see how these athletes are able to run and to make it happen. And so we've seen, for the most part, a very entertaining track and field meet. Seeing how they've been able to get this to come off as they've done. And it's really great to be here in the National Stadium. I want to thank the folks that fixed the lights in this place, because we saw from the Nationals we had the Carifta, and the lights were kind of in need of some repairs. We saw the lifts and changing all the bulbs and everything else in light of the stadium, and to go from there. All we need now is to put a dome over this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think that'll ever happen?
That's it. See Tonic there? See Tonic right there?
She could make it happen.
I tell you, she can make it happen. Just put a dome over it, man. You know.
My name is not the stadium.
That's all right. Your highway running right in the back.
Right in the back of the stadium.
So, they get Tonic to put a name out there, man. Let's see if we can get this thing going, man. Here we go.
I want a dome over. My name is this. I need it.
Yeah, put a name on the dome, man. There we go. Exuma, Abaco, Bimini Berry Islands, and Andros, New Providence in the outside lane. This is Heat 2 of the Open Women 4x100 meter relay. There we go. Looking very good. Bimini Berry Islands did not put a team in, but New Providence out front. Boy, and they are flying. Wow, that's a rough exchange there, but New Providence is out there and gone. Now in the back stretch, here's the exchange. Gotta wait on her. Wow. See if the exchange is clean, and then we will see what happens here. But New Providence now in the lead, and everybody else is trying to catch up. And New Providence is gone, way gone. And there you go. And she's jogging now. But remember now, this is time finals.
You gotta be jogging.
So New Providence, well, got the goal, 46:07. That's what it looks like. Okay, so a fun run for them, and we have them right there. And so the Providence won its heat, and Grand Bahama won the first heat, and they'll compile the times and determine exactly how it went. And here we go. You can see New Providence out front. That's what you call running a first leg. Second leg down the back stretch. There you go. And giving it all, and what lift down the back stretch. You got to be a special breed to do that. There you go, and no flags. Okay. So it's as far as we're concerned, that one was clean. There we go. The Providence final leg. There they go.
Oh, she jogged for the
and okay, somebody didn't give her the memo. She didn't get the memo.
I don't think she get it.
Yeah, okay. She didn't get the memo. Baby girl, this is the time final. You don't get this goal and find out what happened when you get find out what happens when this finished. We were out there showboating. Yeah. You don't get this medal. We'll find out what the deal is. What?
I get a medal, but you don't get a gold. That's the big problem.
I tell you, man. No. Time finals, and we'll see exactly what they're able to give us. Well, that one's going to be close. We'll see how that all works out.
Well, this is the exciting one.
Yeah, open now we go to the open men 4x100 meter relay.
It's the bragging rights.
There you go. The lane assignments we have here for Heat 1 is going to be Grand Bahama in 2, Michael in 3, Bimini to Berry Islands in 4, Andros is to run out of 5, and in 6 it's to be Eleuthera. Okay, and so there's the instructions that the athletes are getting now as they will now go to their respective start points for the relays. Rupert, how come you didn't bring the door, man? We're supposed to bring them out through the door. We're supposed to put up the door, man, and that nice magical doors we done during the relays. Put up the magical door.
Yeah, that's true.
And they come through and come up.
And lights.
There you go, and the lights and the whole...
And fireworks.
We spoiled now. You can't give it to me once and then they ain't going to bring it back again.
This is supposed to be 50 years, so they're supposed to have 50 lights coming up.
Have the door to open, and everyone come out and, run on out and be introduced accordingly, and they go from there. And so we'll see how this one is able to pan out. And again, these guys are going to be moving around. Let's see. Hold on. I want to make sure we have this and making sure they're in place. And they're all moving now to their positions. I'm trying to figure out where they're going.
I think that is the third leg they're going to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the third leg they're going to.
It looks like it's a combined field. I think the...
No, the runners on the track.
Okay. Yeah, they're on the track already. That's the second flight. Columbus Isles, and those are going over there. Okay. Again, lane 2 will be Grand Bahama. Michael, that's Michael there in lane 3, lane 4, Bimini to Berry Islands. Andros in lane 5, and Eleuthera will be in lane 6. So we can see Michael, Andros, and Eleuthera. So those are the 3 that we can see at this juncture. And see, okay, there you go. 2, Grand Bahama, Michael, Bimini, Andros, and Eleuthera. So Grand Bahama did not enter a team in this. So there's only 3 teams, which is going to be Michael, Andros, and Eleuthera. And Andros is leading this one. Okay, and he's got to wait on him. Okay, you got to move too quickly. Buddy, you got to run.
Tipping around the track.
You're around here looking cute. You better try hard to get to this baton and get this out of the way. Hey, there goes Andros. Andros out front. Eleuthera and Michael. Andros, Eleuthera, and Michael. Time for Andros in this one. Let's see what they post. 43.6. So congratulations to Andros.
46? No, 43.
I think 43. That's what I'm seeing up there. 43.6, 44.5, and 46. I think that's all because the third runner from Andros forget that he needs to run.
Yeah.
So
the young lady from New Providence.
There you go.
She didn't get the memo.
No. She didn't get the memo that she needed to run, and so nothing happening there. Now we get ready for the second heat and see the runners now getting to the blocks. In the second heat will be Columbus Isle. Exuma will be in lane 3. New Providence will be in lane 4. Abaco in 5. And then Long Island out there in lane 6. This is going to be a very, very
this is going to be
pretty
fast.
good race. Is going to be fast. Let's see how they work out. So Columbus Isle, Exuma, New Providence, Abaco, and whatnot. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, 40 points.
Yes, we're looking for that to happen here in this one, and to get the baton around ASAP, and to make that happen and see how it goes. Absolutely fantastic. These young men realize that this is your showcase. All right. So you get folks in the stands to cheer you on and make you feel as if you're a champion. Just make sure you finish.
Don't jog.
That's it. Don't jog. Don't drop the baton.
And don't run out the zone.
That's it.
Don't false start.
There's so many parts of this race.
I swear. I mean, everything could happen. And historically now, if you go back to see how many botched relays Team USA has had over the years, male and female, right? Every time you see them get in the blocks, they at an international meet, everybody is be quiet. When they say shh, everybody stop breathing because they know very well anything is possible, and to go from there. But we've seen over the years that the relays are interesting, and to captivate any games, that's what folks like to see. And to see the
relays.
Yeah, see the relays. Let me see you get the baton around ASAP and see how you able to perform. And there's Columbus Isle in lane 1, Exuma 2, New Providence will be in 3, and then you have Abaco, and then Long Island is out there in lane 6. This one will be quick. Do not leave your set. Don't blink. Don't blink. This one is going to be quick. Very, very quick. Find us in the blocks. They're off. Let's see how they go. And let's see who makes up the staggers. Long Island out there running very, very well thus far. Let's see the exchange. There you go. Exchange there. New Providence with a exchange situation. But look on the inside. Looking very good is Exuma. Here's the exchange in third leg. A bad exchange there with New Providence, but they still have the lead. And also on the inside, Columbus Isle making a run here. Columbus Isle looking very, very good. Columbus Isles with the exchange. Columbus Isles out and running, but here comes New Providence. Columbus Isle, New Providence. Columbus Isle and New Providence. Columbus Isle and New Providence. Columbus Isle and New Providence. Yeah! Oh, you gotta love it.
38.
You gotta love it.
38-3.
You gotta love it.
Matter of fact, if they run it, if the time is right, that will qualify them for World Championship. But they have to run with countries.
Holy cow! What a race! What a race! What a way!
What they give them?
No, it's 40.84.
40.8. I said 40 point.
Tremendous run.
40.84. What a tremendous run there by Columbus Isle. You can see outside
you see the Prime Minister
Long Island. Yeah. Somebody got some promises somewhere. Boy, there you go. Look at that run on the inside.
That was a
beautiful exchange by Columbus Isle. There's a good one there by Columbus Isle. Bad exchange by New Providence. And then watch this one here as they get ready to go. Bad exchange again. And Columbus Isles. And this is where who wants it more will actually try to fend this one out and to go from there. And yes, what a ride.
That's bragging. This is a bragging race. This 4x1 is a bragging race.
That's it.
I saw bad exchanges. I saw a person slowing down, going into the next runner. I saw people leaving early. Everyone's just so anxious. I think there's been a lot of trash talking
That's what happened.
in the back prior to coming onto the track. And so that was really exciting. You can see exactly what's going on with the athletes when you watch that race. Just exciting.
It's nice. It's exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to need to put a camera in the call room. We got to go to the call room, guys, and we got to find out exactly what the conversation is in the call room and find out what they're doing. Right. Because this kind of excitement and these guys are playing with each other and having that, I'm like, okay, these guys are great, but boy, you gotta love it.
Yeah, it's going to end here. It's going to go back to the hotel tonight. It's going to be in the dining room.
There you go.
And then they'll bring it on the track again tomorrow.
So they'll come out and make it happen. And so for that part,
the mixed relay is going to be happening tomorrow.
Oh.
There you go.
So that could be exciting.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have ourselves another fun day tomorrow in terms of track and field. But today has been absolutely rewarding.
Great.
Like Tony said, we're a little little bumpy here and starting. And then with the field events, limited competition in terms of the athletes. But we saw they picked up too, because we got full fields of athletes in the jumps and in the throws. Right. And the same thing is going to apply tomorrow with the jump and the throws. And so tomorrow's going to be a very good day.
Exciting.
And we want to thank the maker for allowing us to be out here without to have any kind of bad weather. We've had thus far this morning. Once I got back in, I'm hearing this thunder. I said, boy, I pray that's somebody who ain't eat. Because I was like, no, not today. This is a very big day. First day of track and field, and we go from there. And we're now going to go back to some of the action from today, just in case you missed it. Just in case you missed it, we saw it all. But in case you missed it, here we go. There you go. That's the kind of camaraderie that this kind of competition brings. That's why they call this the Bahamas game. When you can get together like that and really have yourself a wonderful time. And they'll be able to share this moment in history, and they'll go back and watch it on YouTube. And they'll sit there and say, boy, hey, you see this? Okay. And you'll go from there. And I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Rupert, for being with me this evening. And thank you very much, Tonique. And I must publicly apologize to Tonique. We threw her in between two Kappa men. But being an AKA, she didn't know she was set up, but we had to set her up and make sure. But now she's comfortable with the Kappa men. And so thank you, darling. And indeed a pleasure. The memories that you've given us have been fantastic. And thank you for sitting with us this afternoon. And it's cooled out now, see? You got your wish.
Yeah, it's much better.
There you go. Well, folks, we're done here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. We've had ourselves a wonderful evening of track and field. Tomorrow we'll be back here the same time at 5 o'clock, and make sure you guys stay with us. We got you for track and field. Back to you guys in the studio. So long from the Thomas A. Tonique is going to make a bid to get a dome for this thing. And then we're going to have air conditioning. We're out of here, everybody.